The Honky Tonk Man is my favorite one. I know I keep talking about it, but it genuinely is. He's such a weird little freak, and he is such an alien, and he's so horrible, and yet he's so watchable and quotable as well. Hi, I'm Joe Graham, and you are listening to the Chronicles of podcast with Tom and Jamie.
Hello world, Wednesday 13 here.
Hey, this is Tom State.
Hello everybody, I'm Ronnie LeDrew.
Yes, my friends, my name's John Mahon.
What's going on, everybody? It's Tom. And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
Ladies and gents, days and M's, this week we are back with a very special guest. This week's guest has made it her mission to learn more about the sport we all love, professional wrestling, as she brings her husband and former guest Kevin bring you How2Wrestling, known for her love of flip-de-doos, wrestling hunks, and giving us soft-spoken wrestling promos. Everyone give your favourite hunks 5 stars and join us in putting your hands together for the Chronicles of Joe Graham.
Oh, thank you. How nice.
Yeah, got to get the flip-de-doos in.
You got to get the flip-de-doos in, yeah.
Always got to get the flip-de-doos.
Absolutely. No, it's basically our brand guidelines at this point.
The motto, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Joe, before we get into all the deliciously, cruxy, wonderful part, I don't know, we did this before we even started, but how are you? How's your personal Tuesday been?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, my personal Tuesday has been fine. It's been quite uneventful, actually. Benefit of being quite heavily pregnant is you don't have to do so much in the later days. So, yeah, I've hung out some laundry and that's about it. And then I get to do this.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Nice, easy day.
Do you ever feel like putting it on sometimes? So you go like, oh, Kevin, mate, look, you're going to have to do the whole thing. I can't even move.
You know what? I was really excited to do that when I first got pregnant. And Kevin, frustratingly, is such a great husband that he's denied me that opportunity. He just does everything. It's amazing.
Kevin, you hero.
I was going to say, I know we said it off camera, but massive congratulations to you,
Thank
Kevin.
you.
That's amazing news.
Yes, it's very exciting. It'd be nice to bring a new wrestling fan to the family.
Oh, absolutely.
No pressure. No pressure, though. Like, oh my God, if she doesn't like wrestling, it's going to be, a bit of a disappointment to the whole family.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it's like, you will like it. You're going to sit and watch it from the minute you're born. Come on.
I like to joke that one of the first voices she'll ever hear will be the sound of Dave Meltzer.
I'll rate your birth 5 stars.
Yes.
If it was in Japan, it'd be 10.
Yeah.
But Joe, how we like to start these things, we like to take it right back to the start, back to childhood. What did young Miss Graham want to be when she was growing up?
Oh God, as a kid, I wanted to be a comedian, I think, but I didn't really know what they were. So my idea of a comedian was basically being a member of Monty Python. It wasn't like stand-up comedy or anything. It was like sketch show comedy.
Love that.
I was like 3, I think, when I started watching it. And I was about 5 when I started writing like my own sketches that were, of course, extremely juvenile, all to do with poo. My own like songs and stuff as well. I was obsessed with Eric Idle from a really young age. So yeah, that's what I wanted to be, I think. Not great ambitions in terms of anything realistic. And I've not ever gone into I've never tried to do stand-up comedy or really do anything in terms of comedy at all. So I've just given up that lifelong dream that childhood Joe had. She'd be very disappointed to me, I'm sure.
You never know. It might come back round full circle.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I could work it in somehow. I mean, I try and be funny on the podcast. That's about as close as I get. But never tried.
Kevin's done comedy, hasn't he? So...
Yeah, Kevin's done loads of stand-up comedy. That was part of what I really drew me to him when we met. Was he was doing the circuits when we first started dating. So he's got quite a bit of experience doing stand-up comedy all over the country. Which means I can never do it as well, for the record. I will never be able to do it because he is way too intimidatingly good at it.
Be a duo.
Be a comedy duo. They're not very popular these days, are they? We need to bring them back.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. There's your way in.
We could do a kind of slapstick husband and wife, what are those puppets you get at the seaside?
The Punch and Judy ones.
Punch and Judy, yeah.
Don't know why I did that.
I told Kevin about Punch and Judy for the first time a few years back. He'd never heard of them. They're not a thing in Ireland, apparently. Yeah. And I was like, the man who beats his wife And he beats the baby as well. He hits them with a stick. He was like, "What are you talking about? This is not a thing they show children." I was like, "No, it isn't. It's great." And I kind of heard myself. I was like, "It's a bit problematic, actually."
Crocodile all stealing sausages, you know.
That's the fun bit, yeah.
Do you remember any of your old songs from back when you were younger?
I did a lot of covers from, I should say, like parody covers from Joseph. I was a big fan of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat because we did it in school. And I did a version of one of the songs about Joseph's coat, except it was about one of my teachers. A lot of my songs were about my teachers. It's such a 10-year-old thing to write a song about a teacher, and her coat was obviously made of different types of poo. Again, a lot of the poo's a big theme back then.
You get different types.
It was very popular in the playground. I remember that much because I'd have people like crowding around me. Listen, it's such a weird thing to kind of imagine, like this 10-year-old. So I was a bit too old to be singing about poo, really. I think 10 is like upper end of what's acceptable. There I was in the playground, like singing about the different colours of poo on this coat. Quite mean, really.
Just throw your hat on the ground, just get going.
Yeah. Pay up.
You haven't done stand-up, Joe, because you did it as a kid. You've already done it.
I've already lived my life.
You've already completed it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how you're going to top that. Obviously, we'll get into How2Wrestling in a little bit. Before you even started working in like creative arts, where did that love come from being creative and expressive? Where did that come from?
I think I'm really lucky in that my parents have always really encouraged that side of things. Like I grew up watching a lot of like stop frame animation and stuff like that. My parents were really into watching and learning about that side of things. So when I was I think I was like 10 or so when I started trying out a bit of like stop frame animation using like plasticine and stuff, and I'd do it with my brother. I would have a great old time doing that. And then when I was about 14, maybe a bit younger, my dad got a video camera for his 50th birthday. And I remember being obsessed with it. And just like the idea of using this video camera to like film funny things was like, oh my God, I've got access to like this whole other world. I was a huge fan of this Toronto-based web series called Pure Ownage, which was about a gamer who plays like StarCraft and CSS. And then he's filmed by his brother who does media studies. And it's a great show. It's probably very dated because it is extremely 2004 humor. But I loved it. And I loved the idea of making my own version of that with like my brother. So that was it really.
Because one of those camcorders sits on your shoulder, you got to put the cassette in. And
no,
all that.
nowhere near that professional. It was just like a battery-based handheld one with like tapes in and stuff. And the stuff we filmed was so cringe. It was really, I found it a few years back. I was like, I have to destroy all these tapes. This is not charming teenager stuff. This is like just bad.
Burn these before my husband finds them.
Exactly. Yeah, he must never see them.
What were you doing? Come on, fill us in.
It was literally just me trying. The sad thing was, I think I was just trying to copy Pure Ownage because I was like 14.
Okay, yeah.
So it was just me filming my brother being like a gamer, which is like just literally the premise of that show already. Only it was done by like a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old instead of a 25-year-old and a 20-year-old. It's just not cool.
Got you somewhere though. It's obviously you started to learn how cameras work, I guess, and how things.
Yeah,
in that sort of sense.
Definitely, I learned how to like hold a camera steady, I guess, which is something my parents never figured out. All my childhood videos are extremely nauseating because they were so shaky. So I figured that one out quite soon. And then when I was about 15, my dad was working on a website for the London Globe Theatre. And they were like, oh, we need something to go on the website that kind of like showcases some of the toys they were selling. And they had like this like puppet that was like a plague carrying rat. And then they had this set of like smaller puppets that was like, there was one of Shakespeare, there was like one of Hamlet and Macbeth and stuff. And there was one of Queen Elizabeth. And they were like, if we give your daughter these toys to play with, do you think she could like film it for us and we could put it on the website? And my dad was like, absolutely, yes. So I think I was like 15 when I got my first like filming job. Ironically, I got like paid like 40 quid or something. And I made out at the time to all my friends, I was like, I got paid £40 an hour to do something for the London Globe Theatre. And it's literally such a shit little video of just me playing with puppets, going, wah, 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 quoting Shakespeare like a nerd. But that was a lot of fun. And definitely like this, I think, not the success of that, but like my parents were proud of me for doing anything related to media, I think. And they were like, yeah, if you want to do it at university eventually, that's fine.
40 quid with free puppets?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Was that video the defining moment, Joe? Was it the defining moment for you where you went, this is what I want as a career, this is it?
It was, genuinely, yeah. Because I was like, at the time, I was really naive. And I was like, wow, this is really good money. I bet I can make loads of money doing media. And having got my media degree, I can say that is no longer true. Oh, yeah. 40 quid an hour is unrealistic, little girl.
I was going to say, obviously, I know you did media production at uni, but what sort of line of work did you want to get into when going down this path? Was it to be on screen or was it something completely different?
When I went into doing media studies at university, I really wanted to be a director, which is why I did it, because I figured that was one of the few places you could learn it. You know, it's either that route, you know, through university, or you have to become kind of like a runner and do it through the actual business side of things. And it's a lot more stressful to do it in the business side of things and not do it more theory based first. So I thought if I studied at university, I'd get a bit of experience and find out if I actually enjoyed doing it. And it's a good thing I did, because I hated doing it. I really hated it. It's like all the things they say about group projects, you know, that you end up like grouped up with someone who's like doesn't do any work, and then highly neurotic people who like want to do too much work. It's like that, except that's every element of it, of doing like directing. So I did it for about a term, I think. I was really lucky that my course in Lincoln, you do like a term of like kind of all the different elements of media. So you got to do a bit of radio production, you got to do a bit of like directing and a bit of like on-camera presentation work, or you got to do like a bit of graphic design and stuff like that. And eventually I was like, I don't really like the group project side of things. I'm a bit more antisocial than maybe I realized I was. So I ended up going down the graphic design kind of screenwriting route instead.
So let's talk podcasting. I know you did some podcast producing elsewhere before starting doing the show. Is that what was it you were doing then?
So straight out of university, I got a job at a publishing company, like a niche publishing company that wrote magazines and newspapers about like trains and motorbikes and things. And I think the reason I managed to get that internship was because no one else my age wanted to work for somewhere that was so uncool, because trains have a very aging readership in general. Like, there's not as many train enthusiasts as there used to be. No. And so the readership of those types of magazines they were dying off. So I got an internship there, and they were like, we want to appeal to kind of like a younger audience. How would you go about doing that? My internship was basically all about pivoting to a younger audience for their readerships. And we started off with it was something called More Bikes, and it was basically a digital only version of one of their newspapers that was free among dealerships. And it was such like it's a basic idea, but like hadn't been done in that industry at that time, because of it being an aging industry. And a lot of people in it who worked in it were on the older side. They didn't know a lot about like iPads and things and like digital publications. That wasn't really something they'd ever done before. So I was able to kind of swan in there and go, hey, I'm a bit of a genius. Have you ever thought of like having an app? And they're like, whoa, an app? Is that possible? And I'm like, yeah, we can totally do it. And so I managed to get like a full-time job off of that, just basically just suggesting things like that. And just going, right, we take the content from the magazines and we put it on a website or something like that. And one of the things that we thought would be a good idea to do was a podcast. And again, they'd never heard of such an idea. I had to explain to them the idea of like, it's a radio show. And they were like, great, let's do a radio show. I was like, no, it's not a radio show. And so, yeah, we did that. And I was really lucky that one of the guys who worked on Mole Bikes with me was quite a big name in the forgive me, my terminology is awful these days because it's been like 15 years since I worked there. Dirt bikes?
Yeah.
He was a bit of a celebrity, and he used to be on like Sky Sports and stuff like that. And he was like such into the idea of digitizing everything. So when I mentioned it to him, he was immediately like, yes, amazing. This is my baby. And we just like completely ran with it. And he was such a great host. And it was really lucky for me because otherwise they were trying to get me to do it. And I don't know I've like ridden a motorbike once briefly because it was part of my job there, but I don't know anything about motorbikes. So thank God I had two really great hosts on that. And I was able to just basically produce it then on my end and just edit it and make sure it was put out somewhere where people could hear it and get advertising slots. And it's kind of through that I met Kevin, really, because we matched on OkCupid and he was very sly about being a wrestling fan. He didn't tell me that for a fair few months. And then when he did eventually tell me, I was like, oh, you do a podcast. That's really cool. We'd have a podcast. But it's not, it's not doing great at the moment. It's still quite small. It's very niche. We don't really know how to like make it have a bigger audience. And his podcast, the Attitude Era podcast, had a massive audience, but it wasn't making any money at all. So I kind of said to him, look, will you let me write a report about your podcast? And in exchange, we'll show you how to kind of monetize it. And that was kind of like the exchange of information then was like, he taught us how to like market it better. And we taught him how to get like, not adverts, because he doesn't do adverts for the Astro podcast, but we kind of worked out a way then of him like monetizing it a bit more with the fans, which kind of set the scene for Pod Crabs and what we do today.
I just have this vision of you doing the motorbike podcast, be like, it's got two wheels. I know lots of songs about poo.
Yeah, that's what I can offer. Like, if you want a podcast with songs about poo, I'm your girl.
Moving off the back of a motorbike.
Can you imagine?
Oh, grim.
Oh, no. I was going to ask, like, how did you and Kevin meet? But you sort of answered that one for me. I love it when people do that. Yeah. I started, when you said OkCupid, I was like, I don't think I've ever heard of that one before.
Have you
not? Really? No. Oh, it was the best. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it exists still, but it's like all of the dating sites now are just Tinder. They're just like they've all tried to become Tinder. But OkCupid was fantastic because you had to fill in all these questions about yourself, and then it would give you a percentage match with whoever came across your profile. And the funny thing is, I actually matched with all of the members of Pod Crabs, I think, other than Billy, who was in a relationship, before I matched with Kevin. Because the dating scene in Lincoln was so small. And I wasn't really taking dating seriously at the time when I was like on there and I matched with like, because I matched with Adam, definitely, I remember. And then we met in person after I started dating Kevin. And we're like, I've seen you on OkCupid. I think we had a really high compatibility rating. It's just like, yeah, funny how things could have turned out.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Do you feel like Tinder is like the digital age now, shag, marry, avoid?
Oh, it is, but not even as good as that, isn't it? I mean, I've luckily not had to use Tinder, but I hear it's awful.
It's grim. It's fucking grim. It's horrible.
I've heard that.
Yeah. But it's either people that just want to fuck are too intense, so the marry side, or go, nope.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that people on Tinder aren't as outright at communicating as shag, marry, avoid. I think that would make a great dating app.
It copyright right now. Copyright.
Do it.
Copyright. No one steal this idea, please. I'm writing it now.
If the bike people can have an app, we can have one. Good for So, obviously, we briefly talked to Kevin about this when we spoke to him, but it was quite a little while ago. So let's refresh our memories. How did How2Wrestling come together? How did this all begin?
So he was doing a podcast that he still does today, called Cinema Swirl. And Cinema Swirl is a fantastic podcast wherein Kevin shows movies to his friend Sam, who hasn't seen any classic movies. And it's great because Sam has seen literally no movies ever. Like he hadn't seen even Star Wars when they started that podcast. And slowly over the years, he's like seen more and more films. And it was such a great premise, I thought, of the idea of having a bit of fun and also educating not just Sam, because there's loads. Like, part of the reason I love Cinema Swirl is I hadn't seen many movies when they started doing that show, so I've gotten to see so many movies by listening to Cinema Swirl and being like, oh, that's a movie I'd like to check out, or oh, this episode's coming out and I definitely want to. I've always wanted to see that movie, so I'll watch it ahead of their recording. And I was obviously with Kevin, and he's a huge wrestling fan. For those who don't know, he is like the biggest wrestling fan in the world. Like, his life is wrestling. And it really felt like he'd show me things every so often, like matches and stuff. And I'd have so many questions. I wouldn't really get it. And I was kind of like thinking it was quite a big gap between us of like, he loved wrestling so much. I had never seen any wrestling before meeting him. And it really felt like there was such a huge space between those two areas. And I was like, I'd love to try and watch some wrestling by myself, so it doesn't just feel like he's, just showing me things and I'm not really getting it. So, and also bear in mind, he was extremely coy. So he only showed me wrestling occasionally. I'd have to like beg it out of him, like, please show me some wrestling. He'd be like, no, it's uncool and I'm embarrassed. I want to impress this girl. Like, please. Anyway, so I tried to find wrestling by myself, and I messaged a friend of mine who I knew watched wrestling when he was growing up. I was like, what do I do? How do I find it? And he was like, go onto YouTube and type in The Rock. And so that's what I did. I typed in The Rock, and I came across the Rock and Sock connection that he did with Mick Foley, Mankind. And I loved that. And I was like, where can I watch some matches? And it turns out matches on YouTube at that time were really, really hard to find. And if you didn't know what you were searching for, and I didn't know anything, and I certainly didn't know any of the context for any of the storylines that they were having. Like, I didn't know why. I enjoyed the Rock and Sock connection, but I didn't know why it was so funny because of the history of Mankind and the history of the Rock and everything. And I was looking online to try and find an explainer video or anything like that would kind of provide some essential context to wrestling. But I didn't even know it was fake or worked or whatever. Like, I knew nothing. So I was kind of then coming back to the situation of like, oh, I'm having to like plead with Kevin, like, please teach me. And I realized, I was like, this is something that probably actually could be beneficial to quite a lot of people, because there's probably loads of people in my shoes here who would love to like watch wrestling. I'd always wanted to watch wrestling, but I never knew anything about it. It's such a hard fandom to penetrate. It's like impossible to comprehend if you've not tried to do it. And so I was like, well, why don't we do kind of like a thing like Cinema Swirl, except you show me how to be a wrestling fan, basically.
Such a great concept, because like you say, it's so hard to get into because there's no real, but there is a starting point, but you're going back hundreds of years at this point. It's never an ending. Where do you begin?
Like, it's like starting EastEnders. Like, do you just jump in? Because that's what you would really do with EastEnders. You just jump in, and that's kind of what you should do with wrestling: is just jump in and watch what's on at the moment, and then kind of work your way forwards and backwards as you need to. But the thing with wrestling is, because it's an industry that, as I said, is fake or worked, it's predetermined, the outcomes. And because it has roots in carnivals, even the language is designed to be impenetrable to an outsider. Like, the whole gimmick of wrestling is, you're not us, you're not one of us, and you can't be one of us. You don't know what is going on here. It's like all an illusion. So it made it just so much harder to like get into. And because I'd already done it with more like my the publishing company I worked at, Morton's, like I'd learned a bit about trains, a bit about motorbikes. I'd penetrated that hard to penetrate industry, and that was easy enough because I just had to like read magazines and stuff. But like, wrestling is way harder. It's way harder.
I was going to ask, how much did you know about the world of wrestling before? But if you didn't even know that it was predetermined, I'm guessing nothing.
I knew nothing. I didn't understand. One of the things that really I struggled to get my head around was the idea that promos happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I was under the impression, I'd seen clips of wrestling before, like in the late 90s when it was like the Attitude Era, and it was all like bombastic power moves in the ring and stuff like that, and punches and kicks and things, and men in tiny pants. And then like I'd hear from friends who watch wrestling, they'd be like, oh, and so said this, or this particular thing happened in storyline. I'd be like, what are you talking about? It's not wrestling, because wrestling is the fight in the ring. And they were like, no, they cut promos. I was like, what's a promo? And then like the idea of like the bits, for instance, if you go back to the Attitude Era, like Stone Cold Steve Austin taking over the WWE headquarters, and he's like driving a car around. I was like, in my mind, I was like thinking, is the car in the ring? Like, how does this work? To an outsider, it's just completely alien.
As well, if you didn't know it's predetermined, you're like, who stands there and has a conversation with no one in the middle of a ring before having
That's
a fight?
It makes no sense. And that's like before you even get started on like Dave Meltzer as a concept. I've become fascinated with him because he's a journalist and a critic at the same time who gives star ratings based on what he believes to be, and they're not even his opinions, they're what he believes to be objective tastes on the world of wrestling. Like, it's such a fascinating industry, and there's nothing like it.
I've never heard Dave Meltzer referred to as a concept before.
The abstract of Dave Meltzer. He's a state of mind.
Oh. But it's amazing, like how you guys have managed to bring this together because it really works. But how did what you learned before working on the bikes, the trains, and stuff like that blend in? Like, what did you carry over into building How2Wrestling?
I mean, actually, shockingly little, because it's such a different type of fan base. The one thing that does cross over is it's a very large autistic population of the fandom, which is something that like I loved working at Morton's with the trains and the motorbikes and stuff, because with a really hardcore fan base that just loves one thing and loves that thing so much that like really nothing else matters, it's really nice to be part of a fandom like that. It's like, I don't know, it's again, it's hard to explain if you've not, as a girl who wasn't really interested in many hobbies, I didn't come across stuff like that until I worked in the publishing industry with the trains and the motorbikes and stuff, and then with wrestling. And it's just really nice to have something where if you know a little bit about it, you can meet anyone who's into that and you can have like a conversation for hours. And I never had that before, of just like, this surface level, like, small talk and stuff. But if you are a wrestling fan and you meet another wrestling fan, you will never run out of things to talk to that person about. It's fantastic.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's so great. And it's one of those things that's like, it's everywhere as well. It penetrates so many different industries.
It's great. And like you say, with wrestling fans, they're very passionate, very enthusiastic.
Yes, definitely.
So when the show first launched, which I can't believe was over 10 years ago now, what was the response like in the early days?
I think we were lucky because Kevin already had an established audience. So we were lucky that the response was really nice. Everyone was lovely. We've had like a couple of, it was a couple of episodes we did. I think there was one on Trish Stratus where people on Reddit got a bit nasty about it. Because some of the stuff that you have to go over is quite shocking and it's aged really badly and people can be quite defensive of it.
Barking like a dog. Yep.
Yeah, that bit in particular, because that freaked me out when I saw it. And then we talked about it on the podcast, and I know some people were like, can you believe this horrible woman who's getting upset and offended by this barking like a dog? And that's something that I just had to kind of get over. And it's funny, as I got over it, it happened less and less and less. And to the point where I don't see that being a thing at all ever now. No one speaks like that about me anymore, at least as far as I can see.
She blocked everyone that does, that's why.
No, I'm terrible. I don't block people nearly enough. I will have conversations till the cows come home about, I'll just debate them.
I love it. I think that's a good thing though, because society does seem to be a bit more accepting now and realizing that things of the past shouldn't have been that way.
Yeah, that's it. I think as a culture, like culturally, I should say, it's a lot more acceptable to be kind of like critical of the past than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. There's a lot of it. I've been like doing a lot of rewatches of wrestling lately. I've been like working through Summerslams from the start to the end of the moment, stuff like that. And there's some things I'll come across as like, I don't remember that. And I'm quite glad I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Playboy bed pillow fights. I'm like, is that really a WrestleMania match? Should that be happening?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of it is very uncomfortable. But like people were weirdly defensive about it like years back.
I suppose they just saw it as a norm, didn't they?
I guess that's it. And if it's something you've grown up with from a child, because that was something that I had to kind of wrap my head around, is coming into it as a 25-year-old is such a different experience than like growing up with it from like the age of like 5, for instance. So that's just something I've just had to like get used to. And it's like I try not to be too hard on people who defend it now, because I've realized like, oh, I'm in some ways I am criticizing their childhood, and that can be it can feel hurtful, even though it's not my intention ever.
Yeah, I guess that I know that you can say some things are like a product of its time and whatnot, but you are allowed to criticize and learn from these things.
Yeah, I just try and do it in a way that's not. I try and always be like verbally kind of like, look, I know that I don't understand this in the way that you guys understand it. And that's what is helpful about Kevin, is he has grown up with a lot of this stuff. And a lot of the conversations we have on the podcast are conversations that me and Kevin have had off microphones beforehand, of like, you know, maybe him defending, I'm not going to say he's defending like the Tristras like a dog stuff by any means, but there have been moments where like I've called out something that's like, whoa, what the hell was that? And he's been like, well, what do you mean? Because it's normalized to him. If you grow up watching wrestling, so many things are just like, well, that's normal.
Yeah.
So my dad fucking hates it with a passion.
All wrestling.
He absolutely despises it. And I remember growing up, and we used to stay with him every Friday and Saturday. I think it was like every other week or so. Anyway, he had Sky. I never did when I was growing up, so I had to try and get it somewhere, some way, somehow. And I was like, oh, Dad, would you mind if we watched it? He's like, fucking, I suppose so. Yorkshireman, tight ass, whatever. He's like, yeah, I suppose, bloody hell, you know. And then he was like, I'll go and do something else. But anyway, it was in 2002. And the first person to come out was Stacy Keibler. So he was there going, fucking, this is bullshit. Hello, Stacy. And then that was it. He was in.
And she is like, I mean, in some ways quite tame compared to some of the things that was going on.
The first person, I can't remember what was going on, but she just came out first, and he was glued, gone. That's it. He's in.
That's favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
To be fair, we play as her a lot on there's the Wrestling 2K games that WB make, and Stacy Keibler is my favorite person to wrestle as on there. Her big boot. I don't know why her moves are like broken, but she is like so much fun to wrestle as. She has this like running leg, and it's so OP because she's got really long legs.
Yeah,
and it's almost like wrestling as like a super hot female JBL.
How do you and Kevin even come up with the concepts and the ideas for your shows, by the way? Like, what is like, how do you know what's next?
Well, we have a list of requested episodes from fans that we started when we first launched the podcast, not realizing how popular it would be. And we've been working through them, and at the same time trying to balance them, because we didn't just want to be a case of doing, we're going to do all the modern wrestlers first, or we're going to do all the classic wrestlers first. So we kind of like stagger them a bit. We try and alternate between like a classic wrestler and a more modern wrestler, or a more kind of in-betweeny wrestler. And then there is the occasional, like with Bobby Lashley, where no one has requested him. And it's just like, oh, Joe really likes this wrestler, so she gets an episode just about Bobby Lashley.
It's funny you say it, because when we interviewed Kevin, he mentioned that Bobby Lashley was next.
Did he?
And how enamored you were with Bobby Lashley from watching.
I love him. I love Bobby Lashley. Why do I love him? He's a great wrestler, for one. He's genuinely really good. Especially like now he's in AEW. It's really nice to see kind of like what he's capable of. And I love how he looks. I think he looks really cool. And I really like what a nice man he is. He is so lovely. And in wrestling, like that's some of the things that like I really struggled to wrap my head around was just how many pieces of shit there are in wrestling. And it's a bit of a bummer as a new fan to be like, oh, there's this guy and he's a domestic assault guy, and then there's this guy and he stalked his wife, and then there's this guy and he's just racist, and it's just like it's all these awful, awful, awful people, and like each one is worse than the last. And it's just nice to have someone like Bobby Lashley who is like objectively just lovely. And he looks so scary. So it's like even better.
I do love your reactions to some of the wrestlers that make me laugh so much. I don't think I'll ever get over how much you swooned over Honky Tonk Man.
I love him. That was a special episode for me as well, actually. And maybe also for Adam and Kevin, because we all love the Honky Tonk Man. It's like one of our guilty pleasures. We'll pop on his 2007, like I think it's a U-shoot. Oh, it's very naughty, but very, very good.
Very naughty.
That was like my favorite episode, I think, to record. One of my favorite episodes, because I got to do such a deep dive into his website.
I didn't realize he had one.
He did. Back in the day, he had a gossip website, and it was written in character as the Honky Tonk Man, and his character at that time was like piece of shit. He's horrible. He's so awful. He like is awful about women, and he is awful about all his friends supposedly, and he's always like starting fights with like Roddy Piper and other legends, and he's all bitter and stuff. But it's just his shoot interviews and his website are both just so, they're quite intoxicating, because he just will, like, nothing is off limits. He will talk about absolutely anything. And his website was a great place to find, and I still use it to this day to kind of find out about certain wrestling rumors, because there's stuff that happens in wrestling that then gets covered a bit in the mainstream news but doesn't get covered in like wrestling news. And it's easy, I think, as wrestling fans to kind of miss out a lot of that stuff. And Honky Tonk Man was one of the few people who would write about stuff that had appeared in mainstream news. I'm talking about like criminal cases. Like when Stone Cold Steve Austin divorced Deborah, she put her wedding ring up for auction and then gave the proceeds to a charity for domestic violence. And Honky Tonk Man wrote about that on his website. And he was like, hint, hint, you can read between the lines about what that means. So I was like, what does that, what does that mean? So I looked it up, and sure enough, it turns out Stone Cold Steve Austin was a very, very, very bad husband. And it like just wasn't, this is like 2003 or 4. So it wasn't too long after the peak of his career. And it just like, most wrestling fans don't even know about that stuff. And the Honky Tonk Man was there just like, blah, 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 telling everyone like, I don't care.
I actually had no idea about that.
Oh yeah, you can read an interview from her for the full context. It's shocking. Stone Cold is not a nice, I mean, who knows what he's like now. He seems to have mellowed out a lot, but at the time, like, she compared him to Chris Benoit. That's how bad he was. Yeah, she was scared for her life. Yeah.
So Benoit is one I loved growing up. Loved him. And then when that came out, I was like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't imagine what it must have been like to be a fan of his before knowing about.
Oh, I was obsessed. I loved him. Like, I loved his matches, everything about him. I was just obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Him versus Kurt Angle. Like, I think and Jericho, WrestleMania 2000, and then there's him and Angle the year after. Is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my! And then him and Jericho at Royal Rumble 2000. Like, I just loved Benoit. Just loved everything about him. Like, he called himself the Crippler, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, that obviously was in real life as well. But yeah, I just everything about him. I was just like, love this guy. And then that comes out, and you go, brilliant! Shatters everything.
And it doesn't help. Like, the way they covered it at the time was weird as well. Like the slow drip feed of what actually happened.
Yeah. But then I think in Jericho's book, he talks about how he missed 2 phone calls off him, and he went, I'll call him back later. And obviously, hours later, he was found dead.
Can you imagine?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely... yeah, I was gutted, absolutely heartbroken when I heard that he'd passed away. But obviously, after I found out what happened, it was more a case of, that's really shit.
Yeah. I can't.
Sad, but shit.
I remember when it happened, and it was literally like drip feeding information. Like you
Yeah.
said, he's passed away, and it's like, oh, there's like some interesting circumstances around this. And then the more you find out, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel so bad for all the wrestlers that were made to do the special show in honor of him, the tribute show, because they were obviously like doing that under very specific circumstances, not really fully clued in on what had happened. And that stuff has aged so horribly.
Yeah.
Very awkward to see.
I think isn't that the episode of Raw the week before where Vince blew himself up in the limousine?
Yes. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's kind of a weird how all that came. Anyway, I don't believe in that universe and that sort of thing. But what's great about your podcast, obviously, is that because you deep dive so much and go to specifics about a lot of people and events and moments that happen and stuff, is that it caters to newcomers to the show, to wrestling, and obviously the seasoned vets at the same time.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's
That's
become more of a deep dive, I think, the longer we've done the show for, because it started off obviously as me being like, just teach me about wrestling, teach me about the terminology, and teach me about who John Cena is and stuff. And obviously, I've been watching wrestling now for 12 years. I'm not a new fan anymore. I can't really pretend to be.
Yeah.
So it's fun for me. I get to join in on the deep dives. Like, we've got the episode New Jack coming out soon. And what would have been, if we'd done this 5 years ago, it would have been Kevin just telling me about what had happened and all the incidents in his career. And instead, I got to be the one to kind of do a lot of the deep dive research and find out like how much of the incidents that happened, like how much of the world building around that was actually real and how much of it was maybe worked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With your shows though, do you both like plan things out with like a bullet point thing, or is it just you go in and go, let's just talk?
What we tend to do is we watch any documentaries that exist about the subject first and foremost, and we kind of use that as like a bare bones, because they often will talk about like their childhood or how they got into wrestling, and then maybe like the main beats of their career. So we kind of use that as like the bones, and then from there, it depends on the wrestler. Certain wrestlers Kevin takes the lead on, and he gives me kind of like more of a guide of like, we'll be doing this and this and this. Like anyone who has wrestled in the territories, like we did the sheep herders, the bushwhackers recently,
Yes.
and so much of their career is in the territories. Even though we read the book together, he had to guide me through that a lot, because I just can't keep that many promotions in my head at the same time. There is like 50 of them. And then with other episodes like the Honky Tonk Man one, which was more my research, I kind of tell him, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that, then we're going to talk about this other thing, and then we go from there.
Okay.
It's fascinating, because like Tom was saying there, like seasoned vet listeners, like they learn things. Like I've been watching wrestling since I literally can't remember a point in my life I haven't been watching it. And that Bushwhackers one specifically, now you're talking about it, there's so much I didn't know about them. Like I knew they were the sheep herders, but absolutely mind blowing, absolutely fascinating gentlemen. Like, it was amazing to listen to, and I love that. And the one he did about Tenru as well, and I was like, I think I remember him from one match in like WrestleMania 7 or something, and like learning all about these different people. So it gives me new things to watch, and I love that.
Oh, that's really good. I'm glad. Yeah, because that's kind of like the main thing we've wanted in the past few years as I've done more research. Because it's not just been about Kevin doing all of it himself. So we've been able to kind of do a lot more deep dive stuff. It's, Kevin can listen to a lot of the wrestling observers from the time and get the context from the wrestling side of journalism, that picture. I like to do a lot more kind of like web-based, like archival research and stuff like that. And then the stuff like their books and any documentaries, we do together. So it's a nice sharing of the load, really, which is really helpful, because it means we can get really intricate and do real deep dives. Like the Tenru one was quite a challenge to research, because everything about him that was worth talking about was in Japanese. And I've tried teaching myself Japanese, and I can read like some letters, and that's it. I can't read it at all. So it was a huge amount of like finding. We've got a couple of friends who luckily speak Japanese, so we got a couple of people of like sending us articles and translating them, or like finding like one thing I didn't realize was that the Wikipedia pages are different depending on which country you actually view them under.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, the Wikipedia page for Tenru, if you read it in English, it's quite short and it doesn't really go into much detail. If you read it in Japanese, it has his full sumo career. It has, like, his childhood.
Huh.
It has, like, all this other really interesting stuff that just has to be manually translated.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really interesting and time consuming, but fun as well.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you have time for, like, actual life?
Yeah, no, we do, luckily, because it's my job. So I get to spend, like, my working hours doing stuff like that, and then outside of that,
Of course. So what are you going to make Kevin watch then to talk about after?
How do you mean? Sorry.
As in, like, so he got you into the wrestling side of things. So what love of yours are you going to then put onto him to go, right?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I've done that with anything.
Joe.
I know I need to. Yeah. I know. But certain video games, definitely, I've got Kevin into. Like puzzle games. Myst.
Puzzle games.
He loves Myst because of me. It's not quite the same as the world of professional wrestling.
Do you also have, like, favorites? Because what I love about wrestling is obviously, like, let's take MJF, for example. Obviously meant to be the world's most hated man, that sort of thing. I fucking love him.
Yeah.
But there's people that, like, can't stand him, can't watch his matches. And I was watching him recently at a signing he was doing, and, like, this dad, he was quite a large human with his two very large kids, and he kept making diabetes jokes. Like, taking the piss out of them and everything.
That's a classic
But they
MJF.
were loving it. They were laughing. But that's just who he is. But
Yeah.
I know some people that go, fucking can't stand him. Like, what's he trying to be? Why is he trying to be, like, this edgy? It's like, because but he's fucking good at it.
I go back and forth on MJF for that exact reason. Because sometimes I find what he says quite lazy. Because he does, as you say, if he comes across, like, if he meets a fat family, it's going to be the fat jokes. And it's like,
of course.
It's easy. I kind of feel on some level I could do it. But then also, like, you can't deny it. It works. Like, there's a reason he is he's got so much heat. He's mega popular.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't really criticize him either.
Just, no. And they were having photos with him and he just sat there really pissed off and stuff like that. It's just great. He's just so good.
I've been seeing one at a sign and someone walked up with a figure and just picked it up and launched it across the room. I was like,
okay, that's great. That's great.
But, like I was saying about the heels and the faces, like, WWE back in the day used to be like, you will cheer these people and you will hate these people. And now everyone's just got a mind of their own.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you both have, like, people that you love and adore, like, separately sort of thing, and, like, he loves someone but you don't like them sort of thing?
We tend to have quite similar tastes in most wrestlers. Like, there's people who he obsesses over that I'm like, about. And there's people I obsess over that he likes. I don't think there's anyone I love that he hates.
Bobby Lashley?
No, he loves Bobby Lashley.
Oh, okay.
I think I've rubbed off on him. He didn't really get it. And I think now he does. And now he loves him in AEW. So
yeah, he's mint. He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good. The only person I can really think of who Kevin loves and I don't is Don Callis.
No. Well, that's it. That's our friendship. Yeah, I can't stand that guy. I cannot stand him.
I'm with you there because I find him incredibly annoying.
Yes.
I used to really like him. Like, when he first came to AEW, I actually really enjoyed a lot of his shtick. And obviously I love him as Cyrus, who doesn't? But his stuff at the moment in AEW is just, I think it's the fact that he's everywhere. He's involved in every match. He's on commentary all the time. And I am just so sick of him. And I would just like some peace, some space where he's not there.
I will hold my hands up. He did really make me laugh on the Full Gear pre-show when he was taking the piss out of the fucking Boom AJ shit.
Oh, I didn't see the pre-show. What did he do?
He was just making jokes about the YouTubers or TikTokers, whoever the fuck, the cookie people.
Yeah, the Costco guys. That's it.
Is it Costco guys? Yeah, with Big Justice and the Rizzler. Like, shit, that makes me angry.
Rizzler. Oh my god.
No, wow. I think
now our friendship's over.
Shit. I think people that come from the outside world that think so, like Jake Paul and Logan Paul piss me off as well because
I
they're
get
coming.
that.
It's almost like they've just because they've got famous on social media, they think they now can go into whatever they want to do and just take over, sort of thing, and that fucks me off.
How do you feel about the fact that Big Justice was a professional wrestler before he became a TikTok star?
And he's not bothering. It's the kids.
It's the kids.
Yeah. Here goes my hatred of children again. So
I totally don't blame you, to be fair. The kids are kind of I love them. They're very cute. But like I totally get anyone who's like, no.
No, he doesn't annoy because he's been a professional wrestler before. I know it's his kids, but it's just they got famous over social media more than the fact that does that make sense?
No, I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Jake Paul beats Tyson in a boxing fight, but you can't actually box properly because of I don't know, just shit that annoys me. So like Logan Paul when he won the US title in Saudi Arabia, and you're like, why? Why are you even here?
The thing is, because it happened in Saudi Arabia, I'm allowed to like not care. It's basically like non-canon anything that happens in Saudi, as far as I'm concerned. So I love when Logan Paul wins in Saudi Arabia because that's like a little pocket dimension that I don't have to think about.
Fair enough.
That's going to be interesting for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania then.
I know. I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to have to review it, even though our principles up until now have been anything that happens in Saudi Arabia is not reviewed.
Yeah, it's just money in it. That's all it is. It's like they've forgotten about the fans now.
That's it. They do not care. Yeah, no. It's just shareholders and that's it.
How much money can we make?
Yeah.
For
a Saudi prince who's killed journalists. Cool. Great. It's really the ethos of professional wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all on their phones. I hate that. And they just wander around.
Yeah.
Oh, at least be a good fan. Because like WWE have ticketed their price, like their ticket prices are
extortionate.
Absolutely, just like they're just evil. Like they're thousands and thousands of dollars, and then you see them at Saudi Arabia, and it's just like a Saudi prince on his phone, like not even watching like a wrestling match that is pretty good. It's so frustrating.
They just want it there for the money it brings in.
It's like Netflix to them. It's like, oh, it's a 2-screen experience. Like I don't really care. I'm just like kind of mostly paying attention to my phone here. Like awful. And it makes it hard to watch as a fan watching it on TV because it's not. You're supposed to have the fans being engaged and chanting and stuff, and instead you just don't have that. They're just wandering around.
Yeah.
And yet London can't get a WrestleMania.
I know.
Bloody annoying. Should we bring it around?
Let's put the lid back on that jar. Yeah, put the lid back on that jar. We'll put that for another time. I'll put it to the side.
So I have a question for you, Joe. What does it take for a wrestler to become a hunk in Joe Graham's eyes? Because it's a mixed bag that have got the title of hunk.
I try and be as inclusive as possible with the label of hunk. That's one of my main. That's the reason I coined the term hunk. As I coined the term, like I invented the word hunk.
All right, Donald, calm down.
Well, when I started using it, it was because a lot of wrestling fans like to talk about, and wrestling fans still do this. We're all ultimately quite, we like vanity, I guess, and we like good-looking, pretty people. And I wanted it to be more about, I don't know, a kind of well-rounded idea of what makes someone attractive. I didn't want it to be like, oh, here's a thin, muscular white person. Like that's a hunk. Like it was more to do with like, any gender, any body type, like just someone who kind of makes your heart go aflutter a little bit. So that's why the Honky Tonk Man is a hunk.
Number one hunk from that face.
I'm just going to throw Dustin Rhodes in.
He is absolutely a hunk.
Lush,
I mean,
yeah.
It's like, especially like his early career when he's like the Natural. Oh my God, he is like he is like a model.
He's just even now, just love him.
Oh my God, yeah.
Everything about him. Yeah.
It's just a shame he wears the face paint, so you can't really see it a lot of the time. I want him to go back to the Natural. I want to bring him back. Bring back the jeans.
The personality, just everything about him,
Yes.
Just the jeans. Joe just wants the jeans.
I do. I want them jeans.
I love it at the start of most episodes, Kevin, like, is he a hunk?
Yeah.
Just clarify now. Are they a hunk?
And the answer is almost always yes.
So I do want to ask about another member of your team who isn't heard on the show, and that is your incredible illustrator, Dan Swanton.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you find this guy? Because his artwork is incredible.
Dan he is my ex and my best friend. We met at sixth form and we started dating then. And we lived together for about 7 years. We used to do illustrations together where he would do the artwork. Sorry, I should say do the line work and I would color it in. And he kind of taught me how to illustrate myself back when I wanted to do that a bit more and then ultimately gave it up. And then when it came to doing How2Wrestling and we wanted episode artwork, it was like obvious, like it was always going to be Dan because Dan is the most talented illustrator I've ever met. And to be able to know him in any way is such a privilege. He's so good because he's never seen wrestling. So every episode artwork is like Kevin telling me about someone and then me trying to translate that into a way that is relatable for Dan, because Dan is the type of artist who he's never just going to copy a picture. He needs to understand why they are charming, why they're charismatic, or what makes them appealing to a fan base. He needs to listen to like their music. He needs to maybe see a match of theirs, not even like a match, but like a compilation video. Like he just needs something to kind of like get his teeth into and then use that as a jumping off point. And it's been really interesting seeing which wrestlers like appeal to him, because like he knew of Kane. You know, I think anyone who grew up in the time, you know, as a millennial, we all knew who Kane was. We knew who Stone Cold was. But trying to explain to him more like complicated people, like the Honky Tonk Man, has been a fun challenge.
How on earth do you explain the Honky Tonk Man to someone that doesn't know who they are?
I think I spent like 3 hours on a call with Dan being like, this guy, he's horrible.
He's horrible and I love him and he wants to be Elvis.
He's so hot.
I absolutely love them. They're incredible the way he puts them together. And like, I'm trying to think, there's one that really stood out to me. I think it was Owen Hart.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh, so good. Like
I've got that one framed right up there. It's one of my favorites.
That's amazing.
It's so good. Yeah, he makes him look kind of like the old troll face meme. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is so funny. Like I love sometimes Dan will make it a real likeness for the person. Like the New Jack episode that we're doing. It's like almost like a photograph. It's so good. It's so accurate. And then other ones, randomly, he'll go completely the opposite direction, and but you'll capture the essence of that person instead, which I think is such a talent to be able to do that.
I really cannot wait to see this New Jack, and you've completely ruined that Owen Hart.
Oh, it's out now.
It. Is it out now?
Yeah. Well, not the episode, but the artwork is out now.
I was going to say.
No, the episode is coming out this week. I don't know when this is going to be released, but yeah.
Friday.
It's going to be, it should be out by then, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for that. So I was doing my research into this, you know, as I do, as a professional, do my research into you. And I was looking on the How2 website and I discovered Joe's top rated matches. Now, this is a mixed bag of matches.
Yeah.
I like Big Show versus Akabono. How does that get onto
Because my match ratings, I've tried to be as different from Dave Meltzer as possible. Dave Meltzer believes he is the objective view of what is a good wrestling match, to the point where Dave Meltzer will be like, I didn't enjoy this match, but technically it's very good, so I've given it a perfect rating of 6 out of 5 stars. That is the opposite of what I want to do. I've always wanted to just rate things consistently about what I feel for them in the moment. And it means that like matches, because there will sometimes be matches we do for episodes that we then do for like Pay-Per-View Classic, which is our spin-off series on Patreon where we look at like classic pay-per-views. And sometimes my match ratings will change depending on if I've seen them in a whole pay-per-view or not. So it's entirely subjective. It's just by the whims of my mood. And if I've not eaten, sometimes that can make a difference. And if I've slept badly, that makes a difference for sure. Or if me and Kevin have had an argument, that one doesn't happen, actually. We're very, very luckily don't argue before we watch wrestling. But like loads of things can change it. And the thing with the Big Show versus Akibono, I think we did it for a pay-per-view classic. And it was in the middle of a pay-per-view that was very long and slow and boring. And there was a lot of slow, boring matches. And just in the context of that, it was so silly. It was so different. It really stood out. And it's short. It's mercifully short. So I gave it 5 stars because it was exactly what I needed at that moment. But I'm not ever going to say that, like, that objectively it's a fight. You know, it's funny. A lot of my top rated matches show up on those listicles you get of like the worst matches of all time. These ones shouldn't exist. And it's like Doink the Clown versus 4 Kings or something. And that I always rate them 5 stars. They're always my favorite matches.
When was this match the Big Show won?
I don't know off the top of my head.
WrestleMania 21? It's a sumo match.
It's the sumo match.
Yes,
it was there. It was there. I was like, I know I've heard of this and I've watched it, but when the fuck was it?
It's a shoot match as well, which I really liked because it's humiliating for the Big Show. He can't be expected to be. There's so much work that goes into training to be a sumo wrestler. Like the Tenro episode taught me that much. Like it takes a huge amount of skill and talent and natural genetic ability. And bless him, the Big Show has none of those when it comes to sumo. And then they like, Vince McMahon's like, yes, you have to do a shoot match. And poor Big Show loses immediately.
Yeah, and then they put him against fucking Floyd Money Mayweather. And they do it to him again.
Poor Big Show.
Yeah, he's another one of my love.
Is he? I really want to do an episode about him soon.
Paul White, what a hero.
There's so much to cover.
He just did anything and everything, didn't he? He didn't really give a fuck. Yeah, he was just in.
And he was so gorgeous as the Giant.
Okay.
He was a big, handsome man.
He was such a handsome man. He had beautiful eyelashes.
Every time I notice that, but
really, oh my god, we're watching a lot of Nitro at night at the moment, like wrapped up in bed to like go to sleep, like toasty Nitro. And the Giant shows up frequently and he's so gorgeous. And they always mention on commentary like, oh, he's a big ugly giant. He's like, no, he's not. He's hot as hell. He's like absolutely stunning.
Definitely falls into the hunk category.
Yeah, definitely.
1,000,000%. He's there with Dustin and the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley.
I just really want you to do a Big Show now, just so you can watch the monster truck match if you haven't already watched it.
We have. That was an early one we did, actually. I think did we do it for Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, you might have actually.
Yeah,
yes.
We loved any excuse to watch a stupid gimmick match. So good.
I love that Hogan episode. I've never heard anyone hate someone so much in my life.
And it's funny because I think we need to do, now that he's dead as well, we need to do like a revisited or something, because I actually really like Hulk Hogan now. I've come around on him completely. Like, to be clear, I don't like him as a person. He's a piece of shit racist. And quite frankly, I'm glad he's dead.
My heart then stopped. I was like, what do you mean you like him? And then, yeah. Oh,
no,
okay.
I had a mild panic then.
As a wrestler, I've really come around on his matches. Like, I think it was one of those things that I didn't, as a new fan, all I wanted from wrestling was flips. And as I've gotten older and I've watched more wrestling, I've come to appreciate the other facets of the business a lot more. And Hogan is a shit wrestler, but I do think he has a certain je ne sais quoi, like a certain X factor, which is very watchable. I really like him, especially Hollywood Hogan. I really like him.
He's another product of the time.
Definitely.
What was needed at the time, absolutely. You mentioned it earlier, but I do want to mention you guys have this incredible community on Patreon, and they've done so much for you guys. Like, does it blow your mind seeing the amount of support you guys get through this?
Oh yeah, God, all the time. I'm like, horrified is the wrong word, but like genuinely like so stunned all the time, especially because like occasionally we'll do like a live show or something and we'll get to actually meet people, and then it's like it's suddenly it becomes like very real, because there's just like names otherwise behind like, you know, a computer screen. And yeah, I don't know, because we never, I can't speak for Kevin, but like from my end, I never record a podcast being like, we'll broadcast this to all of our fans and everything I say will be listened to very carefully. I just basically have a conversation with my husband about wrestling, and I kind of, for the most part, pretend the microphone isn't there. And that's how I get through, because otherwise I would probably overthink everything I say and it would be horrible. So yeah, it's always wild to then actually see, like, oh yeah, we've got like an audience and there's actually lots of people who really like us.
It's amazing. And they should, because it's an incredible podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm proud of it.
But you brought up my next question, which is the live shows that you've done, obviously with the annual podcast events and that sort of thing. Do you cater it differently for live ones? Is it like, we're going to do something, or is it just do it? Is it as normal? This is the subject. Here we go.
No, it's totally different. We go a lot more in depth with the pre-recorded podcasts, but the live show ones, they always have like we have a time limitation, so they're often like 60 minutes or maybe like 90 minutes if we're lucky. So we have to kind of fit a lot more in. So we always try and pick episode subjects that we can rush over quite briskly, which is why we haven't done any like all of our episodes generally on How To these days are about a person, and then we delve into like their childhood and their career and stuff like that. We never do them for the live show because we would just never be able to do justice to their career. And I'd hate for it to be the case of like, we try and do that, and then someone's favorite wrestler doesn't get the episode that they wanted. And then they're disappointed. And because that's their one shot at like having How To Chris Masters. I don't know.
Oh, Chris Masters.
I love Chris Masters. Is he anyone's favorite?
He's Billy's favorite. I don't think we're going to do a Chris Masters episode. But yeah, so we tend to stick to things that are a bit more broad, and we can kind of do more kind of rapid fire content through. So it's a bit more fun to be as part of like a live audience as well, because like some of the subject matters when it comes to people, because wrestling is such a fucked up industry, a lot of people come from like broken homes and things like that, or they've done horrible crimes and things, and it would be such a bummer at a live show to like go over, like for instance the New Jack one that's coming out, like having to talk about the mass transit incident to a room full of wrestling fans who want to have a good time.
That's a good point, actually. I'd be walking out there and be like, I gotta get a fucking drink after that. Jesus. It's going to be a bit of harmless wrestling fun. Christ.
They've all got towels over them shivering, like, oh.
And instead you've got a long train journey back home.
Yeah.
Everyone on their phone on Wikipedia, mass transit. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, God, content warning.
Definitely on that one. But part of that success through Patreon and stuff like that, you've been able to now do this as a career, which for us as like indie podcasts, it's the dream. It's like, at what point did you realize this was possible? You're like, I could actually just do this full time.
It came in stages, because like when we first launched the Patreon, we were lucky to do pretty well. And we launched the Patreon, I think, a year after launching the actual podcast. And I think then we moved to Manchester, and because Kevin was a teacher for many years, and he was working in this school in Rochdale or near Rochdale, and he was having a horrible time of it. Like he was like, you know, almost on the verge of like a mental breakdown. Like it was awful. It was really, really hard for him. And it's not easy being a teacher anyway, like full stop. It's like, it's just such a challenging job. And then if you work somewhere where they don't even care like about you as a person or you as a teacher or even the kids, God forbid, then it's just like, so what's the point of doing it? And so there was a time when he'd been working there and he was having to do these classes that he wasn't even his background. And he was so unhappy, bless him. And so I said to him, look, we earn enough money on the Patreon. You can quit. You can just quit teaching, do this full time. We'll make it work. You know, we'll be okay, basically. And so he did that, and he was great. And he was able to do a lot more work on the podcast. They were able to come out a lot more frequently, because we have never been the type of content creators where we stick to a schedule. And I know some people hate that about us. It's probably driven away a lot of potential listeners, because we don't release weekly. We don't even release necessarily monthly. It's just like, when it's ready, and then you'll get it. But it has meant that we have a lot of passion for what we talk about, and we're able to kind of like, if we have a fun idea for something and we're like, oh, that would be really fun to have a silly go at this. Like, for instance, Nikki Bella she's doing a movie, we think, sponsored by Google Home speakers. We think it's a movie. It's not sure. It might be an advert that's really long. But anyway, we're gonna review it.
Amazing.
and it's only because this is our job that we're able to kind of like do that on a whim. And it's only because we don't do it on a tight schedule. We're not like, we've got to get the main episode out before, this date, because it's a Thursday and every Thursday we release a new episode. And it means that we can do a lot more deep dives and go a lot more in depth on the subject matters when we want to. And it's just like afforded us like just so much flexibility. So yeah, it's worked out really well. And we're so lucky to be able to do it. So lucky. Because now it's my job as well. And it means I can, as I was saying, like I can join in with the deep dives. I can take work off Kevin's plate. It means he can do more things on like Cinema Swirl and the Ashura podcast. And it's just all of them flourish as a result. So it's been really great.
I love it. I remember listening to one of the episodes, and I think you mentioned about on Patreon doing Total Bellas. And it came into my head and I was like, these guys get paid to watch Total Bellas. What a weird life.
It is a weird life. Yeah. We're so lucky. It's not ever something I think I'll get used to or take for granted. Like every single time I sit down to watch wrestling as my job, I'm like, I am a jammy bastard. And I kind of hate myself in a little way. Like,
but as obviously the media world keeps growing and people now have access to absolutely anything and everything, can start making their own content and all that sort of thing. As a creative, how do you keep learning and growing and keeping it like fresh?
I think it's somewhat easy to do with How2Wrestling because every episode we do is so different from like every person who gets into the business of professional wrestling is so unique. And like, I know it's easy to say that. I think you could probably say that about like Hollywood celebrities as well. But with wrestling, it really is true. Like there's no one size fits all for any one person. Everyone's so interesting. There's no one boring who got into wrestling. There just isn't. Like, or if there is, then I've not yet come across them. So it's always just so much fun to try and like learn about them. So I think in that sense, I feel like I'm always getting fresh material and I'm always learning new things. I'm always keeping on my toes because it's just like there's always something else around the corner to learn about that's like completely unique to the world of wrestling.
Amazing. That is what I love about professional wrestling, though. There's always something different. There's always something fresh. There's always something new. Even if it's not now, you can go, oh, well, this thing's been going for hundreds of years. I'll just go watch something old.
That's
like,
it.
It's
Yeah.
great.
And even with stuff that's old, you can often find that there's elements of it that haven't been talked about before. And that's why we're really lucky with How2Wrestling that we get to talk about it for a living. Because like there are certain things about certain wrestlers that is just taken for granted and taken at face value because of the nature of the business being like, well, you have to believe what the wrestlers tell you, but there's an industry that's built on lies. So if you kind of peel back the curtain a little bit, you can actually find out a lot of stuff that hasn't really been dissected online before. You get a lot of like listicles and like articles written by AI and stuff that's kind of just like from people who've just heard a shoot interview with a wrestler and gone, well, that's that then, that's the truth. And what we like to do is listen to every shoot interview that exists and then listen to a documentary and read a book as well. And then maybe read forum posts from the time and try and piece together the truth from all of those things instead of just one interview.
Yeah. It's amazing, and it's a service you are doing in a way because some people look up to these people, they admire these people, and you're giving them the truth about them. Because let's be honest, sometimes they weren't great people, and then sometimes you go, they were awful people, and you go, oh, actually they weren't. They were just misunderstood. That didn't actually happen.
Absolutely, like, yeah. I like to ruin the dreams of our fans.
But as we start to wrap things up, obviously looking back 10 years of doing this now. Is there any particular episodes that stand out for you, for whatever reason it might be?
I mean, the Honky Tonk Man is my favorite one. I know I keep talking about it, but it genuinely is. He's such a weird little freak, and he is such an alien, and he's so horrible, and yet he's so watchable and quotable as well. And I genuinely love. I haven't even mentioned up until this point, but I love him as a wrestler. I love his style. It's like that proper Memphis over the top panto style. So that's one of my favorites. And I think genuinely, actually, our episode on Chris Benoit, I am really proud of, because there is a narrative among a certain type of wrestling fan that's like, oh, well, he had CTE and that's why he did it. Or, oh, he was he was suffering from, steroid abuse and that's why he did it. And there's a lot of putting him into this neat little box of like, this is why he did this and this is why he did that. And what I was really proud of with our episode is that we kind of like stripped everything away. And I even read the autopsy reports involving Nancy and Daniel. And I kind of wanted to examine really the idea of that what he did was like a snap decision and that it came out of nowhere and no one could have seen it coming. And I found out by reading the autopsy reports that a lot of what he did that night was, I'm not going to say like predetermined, but it would required an element of planning that is not talked about among the wrestling fandom at all whatsoever. So that was something I was really proud of, to kind of just challenge that notion of the idea of man snaps and kills family.
Yeah.
But it was a hard episode to do. And oh my God, the artwork for that one is, I think, maybe the best artwork we've had.
Very well. That whole episode, everything from the artwork to the topics you discussed, the way it went, it was so tastefully done.
Oh, thank you.
I'm downloading it thinking, wow, these guys are brave. This is going to be interesting how this is done. And I finished and I was like, fair fucking play.
Oh, I'm really glad, because he's probably one of the most talked about wrestlers, especially outside of the wrestling industry. There are so many true crime episodes about him. And honestly, true crime is one of those subjects that it's like a somewhat of a guilty pleasure, but also like I hate it as a genre, because it's really tasteless, especially when they're comedy podcasts. And How2Wrestling is supposed to be light and kind of a bit like, there's a lot of brevity with How2Wrestling. And so with the Chris Benoit episode, we wanted to get rid of all of that. And we were like, nope, we're going to take this really seriously. Like we even changed the formatting of the names. We didn't do a hashtag for him. It was just the story of Chris Benoit, or the history of Chris Benoit. And it was really challenging to just kind of like set the tone. And I think we were both really worried that it would just be a bummer, because it is a bummer. Like, it's horrible. It's a really horrible thing to have to talk about. But I think we hope we made it interesting enough to balance out the fact that it's such upsetting content.
No, you absolutely did. Absolutely did.
Oh, thank you.
It's one of my favorite episodes you've done because of how well it was done. Like that and the El Generico and Sami Zayn, because sometimes you got to get two different people in one episode. It's easy to do it that way.
People got really upset with us for that one.
Why?
Because so for those who don't know, Sami Zayn also had a character called El Generico that he did before he was Sami Zayn. And in the episode, we presented them as two different wrestlers. And we were like, but no one knows what became of El Generico. And no one knows the true identity. It's very tongue-in-cheek, and we're very silly with it. But we got some people who were so upset, who were like, how dare you? Obviously, Sami Zayn is El Generico. It's like, well, yeah, you're kind of ruining the fun of the gimmick of the episode here.
Yeah. He went to run an orphanage in Tijuana. He's not Sami Zayn.
Exactly.
Jesus, we all know this. I love wrestling so much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a topical wrestler you haven't covered yet that you really like to learn more about? I know you said Big Show, but
Big Show is definitely up there. There's a few. Big Show is definitely one, because the Big Show, I have a running joke with my husband Kevin that I am cheating on him with the Big Show because he's the only man bigger than him. Kevin is 6'5", so I have this running joke that the baby is actually Big Show's baby. So that's part of the reason I want to do a Big Show episode. But I'd also really want to do an episode on The Rock, because I know nothing about him. And he's such a big character. I really want to do an episode on The Undertaker, because I know a bit about him. I've actually gotten really into his podcast that he does with his wife, Michelle McCool, 6 Feet Under. It is awful. It is so bad. They hate each other so much. There's like so much contempt between them, and it's really gripping and watchable, and I love it. That's my guilty pleasure. And then the other one, the one I really want to do, but it's going to be I don't know. The expectations I'm worried are set quite high because everyone knows how I feel about this person, but that's Triple H.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm really excited to do a Triple H episode. I'm going to bury that man. I hate him.
I love it. I cannot. I always get so excited when an episode drops. So I really hope you get to do this soon. I especially now want to hear How To Big Show, just the poor punishment that Kevin's going to go through.
He loves it. He thinks it's really funny. I often pretend that I'm hiding Big Show in various cabinets and things. He's so huge, it would never work. Don't come in here. The Big Show's in here.
Oh, hide! Hide! It's like it's got like the curtain up and like that. Big girl see their legs underneath. It's just the curtain. Like that. Be phenomenal.
Yes.
One last question for myself, which is when you first started this journey into the creative world, obviously growing up writing songs about poo for Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat and that sort of thing, and obviously going to university and working for the bikes and the trains and that sort of thing, did you ever think this is where you'd be today?
No, I never thought. Well, podcasting wasn't even a thing until I was at university, and I never thought I'd watch wrestling because I didn't really know many people who did watch wrestling. So no, doing a wrestling podcast is literally like the one thing I could have never imagined doing. And you can imagine as well how disappointed my family were. My poor family. I've never had less in common with them since I've done this podcast.
You told me to be creative, Mum and Dad.
Yeah, this is what that looks like.
Absolutely phenomenal. Joe, before we let you get out of here, any plugs, socials, websites, where people go find you out in the world?
So you can find How2Wrestling on pretty much every social channel like Facebook, Blue Sky, Twitter, which I refuse to call X. That's at How2Wrestling. And we also have a Patreon, which is where we do our pay-per-view classic and review Total Divas and Total Bellas. It's just Total Divas at the moment. We will review Total Bellas once we get to the end of Total Divas because it's so good. And we also do, me, Kevin, and Adam, we do a spin-off podcast called It's Raw, where we review all of Kitchen Nightmares. And that's It's Raw Pod. And it's a very fun time. We like to make fun of Gordon Ramsay. And we're hoping to launch a Patreon for that soon. So keep your eyes and ears open.
Absolutely incredible. Joe, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with us. It really means the world. It's been so much fun.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Keep killing it, you and Kevin. I've been listening since episode 1 and I will keep listening. It's an absolutely incredible show. So absolutely keep smashing it. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much.
Joe, thank you so much. All the best with when the little one comes along. Hope all it's wonderful and sprightly and as it should, and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you both so much. I've had such a great time coming on. I'm really excited to hear it.
We'll speak to you soon.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another issue of the Chronicles podcast. Welcome to December as well. Christmas is on the way. Christmas is coming. Winter is coming, as all you Game of Thrones people like to say. Or winter is here, I think, now. Is it winter now?
I'm fucking freezing, so I'm going to say it is.
It is. I think it's December to February, isn't it? I get confused with with climate change now. I can't remember what seasons when now anyway. It feels like it's summer, winter, autumn, spring all run to one fucking day. Even the leaves, the trees don't know what to do. They're like, should we shed? I don't know if I should let them go yet. I love my children. So yeah, time to be free, little leavies. I'm pregnant again. I'm gonna have more leaves in the spring. Anyway,
I've never thought of it like that. That's just such a weird way of looking at it.
Welcome to the 195th.
Hey, he's on it.
Edition, the Chronicles of Joe Graham / How2Wrestling podcast. Thank you, Joe, for being a part of this. We massively appreciate you being here. Great conversation. Hope you all enjoyed. I hope you've all checked that out, by the way, before you came and saw us. Jamie, I was just telling you before we came on that I found the most mental news story, and I had to make sure it was real before I brought it to the show, and then I forgot all about it. 2 months ago, I found this news story.
Okay.
Bananas in Pyjamas were kidnapped and held for ransom by the Russian Mafia.
And this story is real? What?
Yes. In a
What?
bizarre episode from the 1990s, the beloved Australian children's show Bananas in Pyjamas collided with organised crime when the original B1 and B2 costumes were reportedly stolen by the Russian Mafia during a promotional tour in Moscow. Actor Kenneth Radley, who played B1, recounted how ABC's head of marketing, Graham Gatsby, received a ransom demand of 100,000 Australian dollars for the return of the outfits.
The fuck?
I know. You know, when you see it and you go, that's what? I need to make sure this is real before I do anything with this. Apparently, he went on a podcast in 2024, so last year, and told this story.
That is insane.
Crazy. Anyway, ABC in Sydney then countered the offer of the Mafia's ransom, 20,000 Australian dollars, the cost of manufacturing new suits. Graspy initially set out to make the exchange, but concerned for his safety, ultimately backed out and returned to Australia. The original costumes were never recovered and remain the subject of a strange, lingering legend that they may still be stashed in a Russian gulag.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a genuine news story.
They were going to send the actor to go collect them.
They sent their producer.
Oh, the producer, sorry.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, the head of marketing, the head of marketing, Graham Graspy, they were going to send him, and he was like, do you know what? I think I'm all right.
I signed up for an office job, love, not to deal with the Russian Mafia. I think I'm good.
I love the idea of these massive mafia Russian bosses with all their fucking guns and drugs and women and money, and then Vladimir and Boris are there going, bananas in pajamas are running downstairs. Like, oh, Vladimir having so much fun with bananas in pajamas. Look at me, I'm a massive banana.
That's this week's show opening done.
I cannot believe I can't eat myself. This is lovely. I'll have some. Yeah, you know, he's fucking just sat there with his like massive AK-47s. This is a massive banana.
You could say I'm a member of KG Banana. Sorry, that was terrible.
That was terrible. Get out. Get out. But I just love the idea that they used him in their sort of organised crimes going ahead, like to lure people in, going, oh, bananas and pajamas. Love that. And then they draw in, like, give us all your fucking money, now you die, bitch.
I just want to be in that meeting where they were sat there going, I have plan. We shall steal the costume of bananas in pajamas. So one of it is definitely someone who is a parent. Because no way in hell the Russian Mafia know what the fuck that is.
How we take Ukraine? We take bananas in pajamas. we plan ahead. We take all the children's shows, outfits, and we invade Ukraine that way.
Look over the board and just see two fucking bananas coming over.
Ukraine's going, what the fuck is that? What? Just a massive banana tank. It's just a huge, like, what they call the Sundays.
Oh, yeah, banana
in
split.
Simpsons. There's like this is a massive sort of thing. Banana split, that's the one. Yeah. And they just turn up in this massive banana split, like, oh, we take over country. I don't know. They're firing up scoops of ice cream at them with the fucking catapults and shit.
Oh my god, that is just fucking insane.
Yeah, nuts. Of
There's
all the
so
things you
many
want to steal,
questions.
of all the things you want to take for ransom, you want to take fucking bananas and pajama outfits.
It's like,
Interesting.
who took that idea to the meeting? Who approved this idea? Like, what? There's so much I want to know.
They clearly just thought that they could make a load of money out of it, and they obviously just went, "We'll just make new suits."
I feel like it's a low-level guy that really wanted to impress the big bosses. I have idea.
I told you to bring actors, not fucking costume. I wanted people inside costume, not costume itself. I wonder how they're probably in like some sort of underground thing closet somewhere now,
Probably.
just like rotting. Yeah,
Forgot they were even there.
Excuse me.
Fucking incredible.
Oh, what a way to start. Anyway, do you remember back a few months ago we were talking about the most ridiculous World Cups?
Yes.
I found another one.
Oh god.
I have found the official window cleaning World Cup.
Okay, that's brilliant.
But to break hearts, there is no official window cleaning World Cup for 2026. I'm really sorry to break everybody's hearts there. It's back in 2027. All right.
Okay.
So, just for all you massive window cleaning fans out there, I know how you were desperate for March of next year to be able to compete. The prizes are grand.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, professional window cleaning competitions like the World Cup are held at the cleaning show. The next edition of this specific competition was scheduled for this year, which is often supported by sponsors such as the Federation of Window Cleaners. Fucking incredible. That sounds like the worst, wrestling company ever. Oh my God, the squeegee's coming down to the ring. He's got a cloth. Look at the way he cleans that window. We've never seen anything like this, folks. Unbelievable.
God, that window's been cleaned in half.
The way he glides, unbelievable. Other professional window cleaning conventions will also take place, such as the International Window Cleaning Association Convention.
Wow, that's one hell of a name.
I know. So, the Window Cleaning World Cup is a competition that takes place at a cleaning show. The competition will feature 2 days of practice. Practice, by the way. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's really dirty. I don't really know what do I do with this? Do I turn it? But I put it on me and use my chest. I don't really know.
Do it for a living, Dave.
And then a timed competition on the second day with a focus on speed and accuracy.
I've seen window cleaners do that, so that must be actually quite entertaining to watch. I'm not even going to lie.
The competition is open to professional window cleaners of all genders. The event is often sponsored by organisations such as the Federation of Window Cleaners, like I said. It's also sponsored by them. The main prize is the title of winner, but competitors may also attempt to break the existing records for the fastest time. Eventually, you get to a point where you won't break that anymore.
Yep, as we discussed last week.
Yes.
I want to know what the world record is now. Have you got it?
I have. So, clear professionals from all over the globe will showcase their speed, skill, and precision for a grand cash prize. The current window cleaning world champion, Terry Turbo Burrows, who has held the fastest clean record for 9.16 seconds for 29 years, looks to maintain his title.
Go on, Terry Turbo.
Terry Turbo. Sounds like a fucking darts player. In 2024, Terry's daughter, Alicia Burrows, posted a time of 16.13 seconds, beating the previous record by 0.15, to be crowned as the new women's window cleaning world record holder. The competition is open to all professional window cleaners and provided with a standard 12-inch or 300mm squeegee with fixed handle, a standard 14-inch or 350mm applicator or T-bar with fixed handle, a standard 14-inch applicator cover, a water bucket with 2.5 gallons or 9-litre capacity. I love how it's into so much detail. 1 litre of neutral window cleaning detergent, 1 scrim or 3 foot square or 1 square metre of window. Each contestant will clean 3 windows with each pane of glass measuring 45 by 45 or 1,143 millimetres by 1,143 millimetres within the frame of the window. Interested parties can sign up here to compete.
That is superb. That
Unreal.
is absolutely incredible.
But to beat 9 seconds, I don't understand how you're literally going to have like bionic arms or just throw and... I don't know. Because accuracy's in there as well, so it's like you can't obviously leave any suds.
I'm just intrigued, how do they make sure all the windows are the same level of dirt? Well, there's a lot to this.
I don't think the dirt matter. I think it's just the cleaning side of things. But when I saw the video of it, there's guys and ladies literally in the window the other side, just staring at them.
Put me off.
Yeah.
That really put me off.
Go on then, you bastard. Fucking clean that window. I want to see how you... Oh, go and look at the squeegee move. Oh, bloody hell. I better put Dick away. This is a competition. I said this for there. Just like filming.
Oh, shit, you can see through. It's a window.
Oh, bollocks. Ignore my penis.
It's a squeegee. That's fucking incredible.
Terry, I swear to God, if you beat 9 seconds, I'm going to fucking come.
Fucking Terry Turbo. What a legend.
What an absolute hero. And seeing as we're in the topic of winter, just before we bring Callum in, did you know that the Macarena was re-released as a Christmas song?
Is it?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. Kelly put on, I think we're just chilling, watching TV, and she was flicking through. She couldn't find anything to watch, and put this is Christmas channel or something anyway. And it just went bum bucka bum bucka, and I was like, oh, the Macarena. But why is there snow falling everywhere? And why are they just? And then so the chorus is still the same, but the lyrics are now different. Like the verses are now based on Christmas songs. Like,
I've got to find that. That sounds truly terrible.
It is awful. We were watching it going, it's so bad we can't turn it off.
I remember back in the day. Remember the Ketchup song?
Oh God, yeah.
I remember they released a Christmas version of that. It is
Why?
literally the exact same song, but in the background you go ch 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 ch. That's it. There's jingly bells in the background. That is literally the only difference.
Phenomenal.
To the entire song.
Phenomenal.
The fact they got away with that, fair play.
Let's bleed this dry.
Absolutely.
We had one random track that everyone loved out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever because it's a cheesy party hit. Let's just put jingle bells in the background.
Yeah. I kind of admired them for it a little bit. I was like, do you know what, fair play if you can milk this some more.
I'm surprised the Cheeky for Girls didn't fucking do it.
Yeah, did the Cheeky Girls have a Christmas song?
We are the Christmas Girls. That's all they changed. They changed Cheeky to that's it. And it's exactly the same song.
No, I know they had a holiday song, but no, I think it was just a normal.
Yeah, the Christmas Macarena.
That's incredible. That I just want to know what the rest of the lyrics are now.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Anyway, just thought I'd bring that in as soon as we're getting into the festive season and all that sort of shit. It's time for Callum's Preachings.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know something? Callum will be able to tell you in Callum's Treachings.
Is cereal soup?
Ooh.
Callum is back, treats the world, the nation, the universe. Sorry, we're just singing NSYNC songs for no reason. Because we're in sync, you could say. Jamie, what is Callum treating us this week?
It would devastate everyone to learn that kinks were genetically inherited.
Oh, no.
Wow.
No.
So you're not a pagan, though?
I don't think that's a kink. That's a religion.
Okay. I don't know too much about paganism. I don't want to start. Do you know what? I'm going to leave that there.
Are you trying to get to like naked rituals and all that sort of shit?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, yeah.
I don't know if that is a part of it that my mum indulges in, and I do not want to know. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't found out and expressed your interest in her interests.
Not in that side of it. No, I was going to tell a story I'm not going to tell in public.
Why?
Because members of my family might listen to this.
Jamie Westwood, you have just opened that door. Do not shut it. You've opened the door.
I will give a very vague version.
You do not tease. You do not come in and go, there's the carrot, but you're not having it.
I will give a very vague answer to this thing because I'm not going into fucking detail. Unfortunately, I already know of at least, hopefully, a past kink of a member of my family. And no, it has not passed on, and I don't want it to. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, well, that was boring.
Because if I went into detail, I'd terrify everyone and make myself throw up on camera. So.
Okay, yeah, well, don't do that. Don't do that. I wouldn't make you tell stories. Well,
All
I've made you do it.
All I will say is, psst. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does my French girlfriend like golden showers? Oui. Oui. That's a Stuart Francis joke. He's now retired.
Such an obvious joke. That's brilliant.
But when I saw Stuart Francis do that joke, he fucked it up. It was really funny. And he went, let's start again. He actually walked off stage and came back on again. Did it all again. It was so good. That was a great show. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any.
No, not really. Not I can think of.
I probably do that I just don't know about yet.
I was going to say, it's probably one of them things like you mentioned to someone else, like, you fucking
Oh,
fuck.
no. Bacon fat down the throat. I wonder why Mum always enjoyed making bacon all the time. It was weird. Now I know.
To be fair, though, it could be genetically linked, but because we don't really talk to our parents about things like that, we'll never know.
No, it's not something you really want to find out, is it? No. I mean, it should never be the subject of, we don't talk about that because you just don't. But I suppose it's never really something that comes up over lunch.
No, not really.
Well, Mum, basically, do you like ball and gags? Change ball, you know, that being gagged. That, yeah, absolutely, love it, mate. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean?
You're right, though. It is one of them. It's not going to come up in conversation. What's worse is I've got it twofold because I've got kids, and I do not want to think about that either. So, yeah. I don't like this conversation.
What's this leather suit in your cupboard here, son? What's this leather? Why have you got cat ears? Basically, well, I have one too. I didn't realise it was passed down in family. Bloody hell! Look at this.
Where'd you get yours from?
Yeah, my gag's blue. Why's yours red? Oh dear!
What a terrifying conversation.
Yeah, I know. But you know, mad respect to people that just be who they want to be and do what they want to do. Like, do you know what I mean?
I actually kind of admire people that wear their heart on their sleeve and things like that. Like, yeah,
I just don't give a shit. I love it. It's great. You know, when Channel 4 released that TV show about the people dressed as puppies and dogs and stuff, people go like, "Oh my fucking God, this is disgusting." Well, I've got a really good idea for you, Mildred. Don't watch it.
Yeah, if you're not interested, don't fucking
Problem
watch
solved.
it.
Problem solved. There's something out there for everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, Dad, why have you got a 12-inch dildo, Black Mamba?
Black Mamba.
Man's 15. Why is yours only 12? Oh, yeah, it's tiny, that.
I can take more than you, Dad.
Man's got tentacles on it. Anyway, Jamie, let's move swiftly on, shall
Please.
we? What else is Callum teaching us this week?
Men's toilets are laid out all wrong. It should be urinal, stool, urinal, stool, urinal, stool, and so on.
That makes so much more sense. But then again, you're going to have a piss of somebody be like, you know, but that makes so much more sense.
That does make a lot of sense because a lot of people like to leave a gap because they don't want to be stood next to someone having a piss. So there should just be a gap.
Yeah. You're packing, Terry. I can see why they call you Turbo, mate. But yeah, must be fucking quick with that thing. If you're doing windows in 9 fucking seconds, I wonder what you're doing airing. Or him, or them, whatever, you know, floats your boat, mate.
God, Turbo.
I love that he did this at 6:30 in the morning. This was going through his mind at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, Jesus, Callum. What's going? You all right? I think we'll go for afternoon treats in future, if that's all right with you.
Slightly less traumatic.
Yeah. Jamie's there rocking with a you know, with one of them big silver foil blankets over the ambulance people give you. Oh, I'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Kinks, no, Mum. Please don't. Please don't. No, he's talking about golden showers. Yeah, but that would make so much more sense. But I'm assuming in the non-funny bullshit like logical way, the piping systems I imagine it's connected to have to be connected to the same one, because otherwise that would be an absolute mess behind those walls.
It really would, yeah.
Would be my guess.
A plumber's nightmare, you could say. But yeah. But
so
it is a good idea though, if it wasn't.
Do you reckon Mario has to be really fucking quick when he's in piping?
I'd imagine so. Fuck, there's a turd.
Yeah, exactly.
I should say, oh no, it's a turd.
Nah. Yeah, and there's like weed coming after him and that sort of thing. And all the plants are there like livid and angry because they're just covered in shit and they're blocking up the fucking, you know, the waste behind them. Oh, somebody fucking clean me. Bloody hellfire.
No wonder they're so angry.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, and finally, Jamie, what is Callum teaching us this week?
Across the whole universe, poo is less common than diamonds.
Is it?
What?
Across the whole universe, poo is less common than diamonds.
How?
I don't know.
Oh, you finally got us with you've stumped us here, Cal.
You have?
How is
a diamond mine's that big that there's so many of them and so little amount of poo?
You can you can crush coal. So coal, you can crush that to become diamonds, right?
Yes, I believe.
Which is also blowing my mind just in the sense of how that works.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm trying. No, you've got us here.
I suppose at the same time with poo, it's such a fucking weird conversation. You get rid of it, you destroy it, you flush it away, it's gone. But diamonds, you keep them. There's mines full of them. Diamonds are forever.
But isn't the ocean just full of excrement? Isn't that where everything goes?
Usually, Yes.
Yeah, so technically you're not really getting rid of it. It's just you're just placing it elsewhere.
I really don't know how this works. I'm
No.
trying to make it work, but that was the best I could come up with.
And the fish are like, oh, delicious, thank you. I'm surprised the ocean's just not brown.
I know, yeah. Ooh.
I'm like, yeah. Or it gets filtered and flushed and whatever else, and then I don't know, and then it gets used as compost or something. I'm not entirely sure. But no, to be honest with you, Carl, this is shit content right now because I'm just like, I have absolutely no fucking clue how that's possible. I look forward to next week when it's like, boys, for fuck's sake.
I'm amazed we've not had more of them, the amount of these we've butchered. But that's literally the only thing I could come up with.
Should we ask Google?
Go on then.
So we see what Google says.
A few moments later.
The universe stores its diamonds deep inside planets. We store our poo just a few feet underground on one planet. Why the hell don't we send our poo to other planets and have the residents of those planets ship us their diamonds?
Oh, there you go then.
We each have something the other doesn't have, so it makes sense that we could work out a trade with them. How come we haven't explored this opportunity yet? Who's making the decisions and why haven't they built a poo rocket for their planet? There you go.
Makes sense then, because of course I was literally thinking of Earth, but yeah, in the universe, all those other planets of minerals and diamonds. There we are.
Callum, I'm so sorry that we challenged you again. Like we've learned to do this, not to do this in the past, and we're doing it again. So I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Forgive us. Forgive us. Yeah.
You.
Jamie wants your calves, not calves, thighs.
I'll take them both. It's fine.
Yeah. Switch to watermelons. It's weird. And his ball sack. It's an interesting conversation. But anyway, Callum, thank you so much. We butchered that last one. Thank you. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Jamie, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm a bit tired. I don't know why, because I don't do fuck all. But yeah, I don't think I slept very well last night because of the old neck. But yeah, other than that, I'm all right. How are you?
How's the new one?
Well, I wish I had a fucking new one. Be nice. Might work, that one. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Absolutely fine. Enjoying some time off work. Although, whilst I was away in London yesterday, I found out that my mum was in hospital, which wasn't great.
Oh.
So not a serious thing, but I was a bit like, oh fuck, okay. So both my sisters messaged. Well, I was talking to my other sister anyway because I had to go to London for her, but my other sister went and picked her up from home. Basically, my mum was looking after Em's dog, Stanley. He's a little dachshund. He's lush, but he's a shitbag. And he was chasing a cat in the garden. So mum went out to go and get the dog, slipped on a paving slab, I believe it was, and smashed her face off an egg chair, the metal bars of an egg chair that she has. Oh. And Em was in the living room. My sister was in the living room, and she was like, "Where's mum gone? Like, it's been a while. Like, where is she?" Looked out the window and saw on the floor. She's like, "What is she doing?" Walked out. As soon as she was like, "Mum, you're right," she looked up and it's just blood piercing, and she was like, "Oh, okay."
Ow.
So what we think it's a broken nose and broken cheekbone.
But the egg chair. Ooh.
Yeah, the big metal bars. It's obviously because it has to take the weight of a person, doesn't it? Of all the things to smash it, what could have been the grass? Missed all the fucking grass and got the concrete and metal instead.
Know. Oh, bless her.
Yeah, she's fine. I spoke to her last night and she said, "It hurts a bit. I'm just so excited I'm off work." She went, "Love, I'm buzzing. I hope it is a break because it means I've got the rest of December off."
What a legend.
She don't give a shit.
What an absolute legend.
She was like, sorry, boss man. I'll see you Monday. Possibly.
The first one in January.
Yeah. So she was. It's so funny. She's well happy. She's hoping to get the rest of Christmas off. So who knows? I mean, she's fine, and that's great, and I'm happy that she's fine.
As long as she's all right.
Yeah, but all she cares about is being off work, and that just really made me laugh.
What a legend.
Oh, she is an absolute hero. I'm excited to see it for Christmas, to be honest. So, but yes, I'm fine. Just enjoying my time off, mate. So it's been beautiful. Day 2 of 5 so far. I'm just kicking back, and here we are.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
So what's been going on?
I've actually been up to a few bits this week. I went to see physio on Thursday. Basically, she's happy with my progress, even though it's slow. I just got to keep going with all the stretches, etc. So,
I think Kelly's took 9 months or something.
Yeah. I'm getting them. My flexibility is a bit better. I've sort of lowered my painkillers. I'm trying to only take them if I need them now instead of just regularly. So I'm getting there. It's slowly getting there. Just
I need it.
yeah, I'm trying not to jinx myself and be like, I'm much better now. And then it's like, no, I'm not. But like, I'm hurting now. So it's definitely not better, but it's getting there. So just see how it goes. What else have I been doing? Obviously, as you mentioned at the start, it's December. So those fucking elves are back. So I've been having some fun
Just
doing those.
kill them. Just kill them, mate.
Oh, the kid loved it too much.
At least you're not posting on fucking social media this time.
I was tempted to. I don't know. Becky was like, have you put them on Facebook yet? Oh,
no. No one gives a fuck.
Some parents do because I like getting ideas off other people. So it's, but yeah, it's all good fun. Obviously, I went to go see the kids, spent the morning with Sam, and then me and Lena went to town because she wanted me to take her to go see Zootropolis 2 because it's great. Sam was going to come, but he's going to see it with his friends the following day. So just me and Lena had a daddy-daughter day out, which was nice. Really funny film. I like Disney films, so I can't really say a lot, but no, it was really good. Roman Reigns and CM Punk are in it, which is quite funny as well. So me and Lena spent the rest of the day just quoting their little line of Zebros for the rest of the day. What else have I been doing? I was a guest on a podcast this week. It came out yesterday. I was a guest on Absolute Bedlam with Ben, so that was nice getting to talk to Ben. I'm doing my SummerSlam rewatch. I'm currently on 2022, so I'm almost done. Brock versus Roman in a last man standing match in the main event. Should be interesting. And yeah, other than that, I completely missed. I went to a gig. I went to go and see Five.
How was that?
That was interesting. There was no support band, it was basically a DJ who was basically playing 40 seconds roughly of 90s songs and then like mixing them with other things. The crowd were loving it. The crowd was 99% 40 to 50-year-old women that were just loving being away from the family for the night. Like, it was just constant screaming, dancing, drunk middle-aged women. And I was like, I think there's about 10 men in here. And 5 of them are the band. Like, that's 4. 5 of them are the band. Like, yeah, but it was good fun. I was just pissing myself laughing because they sounded great. The band were great. Singing was great. It was fun. But the dance moves... oh my God. You could see that they either could not be asked or because they're 50 years old now, they just can't do it anymore. It's just not got that same like boy band vigor to the dance. It's just like, oh, fuck it. It was really making me laugh at one point. But no, it was a good night, to be fair. They were good fun. It's 5 at the end of the day, and you're not going to get your mind blown by this great live artist, but it was good fun, which is all you need, really.
I remember when Bewitched did My Freshers Ball, but it was only 2 of them, and they did C'est La Vie twice.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was funny. So, there you go. But yeah, they're good.
2 members of Bewitched.
Because they don't like each other, do they, or something? I don't know.
I don't have a clue, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It was just odd. Yeah. But there you are.
The thing that really made me laugh as well is, oh shit, what was his name? I can't remember his name. But the main one that you had the 2 rappers. You had the younger one. You had the one with the deeper voice. I can't remember his name. Is it Jay?
I don't know why you're asking me.
The one that always wear the fucking sleeveless puffer jacket anyway. But him.
Kelly's not here.
Oh, yeah. But him. He looks so much like Freddie Flintoff now. It's unreal. He came off. I was like, what the fuck's Freddie Flintoff doing in this band now? He's like shaved head and everything. It's really, I was like, is that definitely him? Yes, it is.
From cricket to driving to boy bands.
Boy bands and Bullseye. The career of Freddie Flintoff.
Oh, is he a Bullseye now?
He's the host of Bullseye now.
Oh, God.
I saw it pop up on TV and Becky was watching I'm a Slip. Like, oh, dear.
Well, he had that really serious accident in Top Gear, didn't he? So
yeah, you can see it, bless him. It's like left quite a big scar. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. Nice few little bits. Nice to actually leave the house. What about you? What have you been up to?
Well, obviously last Thursday was Thanksgiving, so it was Thanksgiving NFL. So there's 3 games back to back to back. So I watched those. What was meant was the Detroit Lions played the Green Bay Packers, and they always do halftime shows for Thanksgiving games. Jack White was the halftime show for Detroit and Green Bay, obviously the same with the White Stripes, and it was in Detroit. So there's that little part of you that goes, I really hope he's going to do what I think he's going to do. And literally 2 songs in, he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Detroit's own Eminem, and it was fucking unbelievable. It was unreal. They've even released it on Spotify.
I saw that.
They've released it on Spotify. It's fucking incredible. It's only 3 tracks, but my God. And then obviously ending on Seven Nation Army, and everyone has lost their mind to the point where Jack stopped playing because the crowd were singing and it was unreal.
Awesome.
It was so, and you can hear it it's amazing.
That's so cool.
He just sang over the crowd singing the guitar parts.
That's fucking cool.
Good.
That is so cool.
Followed by the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys played the Kansas City Chiefs in Dallas. The Chiefs lost again, which I was so happy about. They're not going to make the playoffs, mate. I mean, neither are we, but I'm loving that they're not going to make it either. And their halftime show was Post Malone, and he did country songs, and that was unbelievable as well.
I really like his country stuff. It's so good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like, he was so I was just like, this is unbelievable. Like, getting spoiled here with 3 NFL games, and you've got Jack White, Eminem, and Post Malone. Unreal.
That's awesome.
But the Baltimore-Cincinnati game was at 1:20 in the morning, so I was like, I'm not staying up for that. I've got work in the morning. But I don't know who their halftime show was. I don't know if they even had one. If they did, it wasn't talked about. So
I was going to say, I didn't even know about Post Malone. I've only seen Jack White and Eminem posted everywhere. I've not seen anything about that one.
Yeah, Post Malone for Dallas was great as well. So we did that. Excuse me. Friday night, Kelly came over. We had Mackey's, but for her, there was another NFL game on Black Friday. Amazon, that Black Friday game. So we watched the Chicago Bears against the Philadelphia Eagles. Black Friday game, mate. Yeah, of course. You've got to give the people what they want. Thanks,
Day ends in a white, but have a game.
Yeah, exactly. So that was incredible. So I watched the first half, and I think she was getting quite bored. So we watched film. No, I can't remember what we did. We spent some time together. Weekend, obviously, I was Rihanna again. Sunday, I went to hers, and we put her tree up. She wanted to put her tree up. It was the 30th of November. And I was like, she goes, I want it for December.
Yeah, that's what we did.
So I say we put the tree up. I helped put the tree together, pulled all the branches out, and then handed the decorations.
Smart.
Because I just don't do decorating. I don't do it. I just can't be bothered to put something up for like 2 weeks.
I fucking hate doing the trees.
I was like, it's your tree, so I'll let you. I'll just give you the shit, and then you can. I helped put the lights on, and that's all because she's too small and can't get over the top. So we did all that. And then she went, I want to put the outside lights outside. I was like, oh, okay. So it's get a ladder and put all the gutter in.
No.
To which they broke yesterday. So she had to order some more. And she put them all up this morning, she's told me anyway. But we'll find out when I get there. I'm going over after this. So
do not get outside lights for Christmas. It drives me mad. Becky's like, can we get someone's like, no, I'm not paying my electricity bill for the neighbours to enjoy my lights. Get fucked. No.
Yeah. Makes sense.
No.
So we did all that, and then I think we chilled out. We watched a bit of football, just relaxed. It was quite nice. Then I came back for NFL Sunday, where I lost in fantasy.
Oh.
I shouldn't have. Some decisions I made before the game started, and I wish I hadn't made them. I wish I'd left it as is because I would have won and I would have been in the playoffs.
Oh.
But now I'm down to the last week of fantasy against the guy who's just below me, who I beat at the start of the season, and I beat in the semi-finals last year. But he's made fuckloads of changes, and now it's making me nervous. Thinking, is he making all these changes, getting all these good players? Because he's going to. If I lose, I'm out. So it's. And annoyingly, all the people around me who can fight for the championships are facing all the bottom teams. So I'm like, brilliant.
How does that work?
Well, that's just how it worked. This is all randomized. So I'm a bit like, but luckily, all the teams, there's 2 places left, and there's 4 of us fighting for the places. And everybody around me lost last week, bar the guy who beat me. Because obviously he's one of the people that's in contention. If I'd have beaten him, I'd have been in and he'd been out. But I lost by 8 points. But I left like 30, 40 points on my bench with decisions that I'm gutted. Anyway, but the Steelers also lost to the Buffalo Bills, and we were atrocious.
This is one of those you deserve to lose then. Okay.
We scored 7 points, and then that was it.
Okay.
We scored right at the beginning, and then that was it. Yeah. We lost 26-7, I think. Yeah, it was not great. And our last run of games are really difficult, and I'm just like, when the playoffs either, and everyone's calling for Tomlin's head now. 18 seasons unbeaten, I think it's about to end. So Aaron Rodgers played with a fractured left wrist. He had a massive cast on. He's fractured it in 3 places. Start of the third quarter, he had the ball, was about to throw, and didn't see a defender coming behind him who absolutely cleaned him out. He landed straight in his face and his left wrist.
Fuck.
Yeah. And his nose was like pissing blood, and he was just like, but he came back in the game. So,
why would you play with a fractured wrist?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers and he thinks he's God's gift. But there we are. Anyway, so we lost again. We got the Baltimore Ravens this weekend, who I can't stand, and I just want to beat them. It's probably not going to happen, but I just want to beat them. So if we're not going in, I don't want the Chiefs to get in either. I want someone different this year. I want to change it up. Let's make it more exciting.
Who's the other team that it's normally always? It's always the Chiefs.
The Eagles.
Is it the Eagles?
The Eagles. They're in there. They're in contention at the moment. So Chicago Bears number 1 in that division, though.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's Seth Rollins will be happy. The Rams are up there as well. Anyway, so that's all going on. So it's the last weekend of fantasy before the playoffs. This is the last weekend. I can't believe how fast the season's gone again. There's only 5 weeks left. And it's just like, what?
It doesn't feel that long. You put all the dates in the calendar, you're like, I'm not recording on these days.
Yeah. We're almost there, mate. I'm like, oh, okay.
Really quick.
Yeah, Kelly can't wait. Anyway, and then yesterday I went to London. So basically, back at the start of November, my brother-in-law took my niece, so his daughter, to an Arsenal game at the Emirates to watch Arsenal ladies against Chelsea ladies. Bear in mind, Maisie was wearing a men's medium shirt for the game. Okay?
Yep.
It was her birthday 2 days before the game started, and he'd been given some money to go and buy her another shirt for her birthday. And he returned with a men's small. They didn't try it on. It's like, oh yeah, well the medium looked too big, so we went for the small instead. And my sister looked at him and went, are you a fucking moron? Because she's wearing a medium now. So anyway, she's then said, would you mind going and exchanging it for me before this date, which is before this Saturday coming? And I said yes, but I can't go until December because I'm busy as fuck and I don't have money, etc. So yesterday I went to the Emirates. Massive stadium, man. I was there. But what was mental to me is I got there at 11 a.m. It was busy as fuck.
Really?
I was like, well, the game was at 7:30. They played last night at 7:30, and I was like, why is it so busy already? But still, walked around it, went and exchanged a shirt, had to get it printed. And then I went to Ealing Broadway, back to my old store, because they had my certificate that you can't see. They had my certificate.
Ah, yes.
For my qualification. So I went and picked that up. They hadn't sent it to me because they couldn't remember what store I went to. And I was like, why didn't you just ask?
Because everyone just call you.
Why didn't you just ask and I would have told you? Yeah. Anyway, so I went and picked it up. So I went and said hello to everyone. That was quite nice. And then I came back. And last night did pretty much fuck all. I've been doing Christmas shopping for Kelly as well. That's all behind me, but you can't see it, thank God. So yeah, so Christmas shopping has begun. I'm pretty much done, I think.
Nice.
I've got my Secret Santa sorted.
I'm so unprepared this year. I've not even
Really?
started yet.
Oh wow, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this done, so it's done.
Fair.
But what my Secret Santa asked for, it's not my mum. I messaged my mum and I was like, look, can you sort this out so I don't have to carry it all the way fucking back to Cheltenham? Can you just pick it up for
You
me?
told me about this.
Yeah. And she's like, yes, love, of course I can. But I'm not going to, just in case, I'm not saying what it is or who I've got, just in case they watch the show. So, yes. Oh, yeah, I told you the story. Yeah.
Yes.
Bless her. At least she got it sorted before she smashed her face off metal and concrete.
Oh,
the twat.
The difference, bless her, twat.
My sister was like looking at the dog going, so what we're going to do is buy some flowers, aren't we? Because we're really sorry what we did to Nanny. It's like, Emma's a dog.
It's a nanny.
Yeah, he's just like, cool.
Give me biscuits. I don't give a shit.
What's for dinner? Yeah. And that's about it, my friends. I'm going to Kelly's tonight. We'll go to the Windsor Lights tonight. We're going to Hyde Park Winter Wonderland tomorrow night. So,
very nice.
It's chill. Yeah, it's quite chill. Thanks, mate.
I like it. I like it very much.
What's your single of the week?
My single of the week this week is a band I had literally never heard of before, but discovered them thanks to TikTok. I was scrolling through TikTok and it came up with, this is our brand new song, and that is Future Palace with their brand new single, Deep Blue. And yes, it's another female-fronted band before you fucking say anything.
I wasn't going to say out.
But no, it's fantastic. The amount of bands I discovered through TikTok, but yeah, these really stood out, probably because they're female-fronted. But yeah, really, really good. Then when I went onto Instagram and it's like, Jesse Powell from Dream State, it's like, oh my God, congratulations, guys. I was like, it all adds up now as to why I like them so much. So yeah, these are absolutely fantastic. Definitely go check out Future Palace. I'm going to go listen to some more of their stuff because they are really, really bloody good. And I really like the song. There we are.
There we are.
What about you?
Mine is former guests Call Me Amore. Oh my God. So Jeff shared, the guitarist of the band, shared this video on Facebook and I just watched it and went, well, that's incredible. I just go listen to more. He shared just the chorus. It's incredible. I can't stop listening to it. It's really good. Jeff, I hope this is the right direction you're going in because if there's more of this, I'm very fucking happy. But Call Me Amore's brand new single, Wrong Direction, is out now, and you need to go and get it on your playlist. Listen to it as much as fucking possible. It's unbelievable. It's catchy as hell. Yeah. So yeah, I had something else I was going to have, and then when I saw Jeff share that, I was like, oh no, okay, this is my single of the week this week. So everybody, please go and check out Call Me More. They're doing they're touring a lot. They're supporting a lot of bands coming up as well. So if you get a chance to go and see them, please go and see them. But please give them all the love and check out this brand new single, Wrong Direction by Call Me More.
Yes, fantastic. That was almost my single of the week because like this is really good. I'm just gonna see what else there is, and then I'll make a decision. Then you're like, here's mine. I was like, okay, I'm not having that then, am I? But then I discovered Future Palace. So it's great. But no, Call Me More, definitely support. Their headline tours like sold out like every venue, I think.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people.
I was going to have the Via Union and their brand new single, Meet Your Maker, because Crispin Earl, the lead singer, I absolutely love his vocals. His acoustic stuff is ridiculously good. So the Via Union, Meet Your Maker was going to be my single of the week for those to go check out them as well. But Call Me More, Wrong Direction all day.
Oh, beautiful.
Jamie?
Yes, sir.
It's time for Tom's Journal.
Yeah, it is.
And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. I don't know why I keep getting loads of kid ones, but there we are. Jamie, why am I the only dad here for the parent-teacher conference? Am I the only dad who could take time off work? The only dad to view this as a parenting duty, not a mummy duty? The only dad who often marks the wrong date on his calendar? The conferences are tomorrow, aren't they? For fuck's sake.
I was starting to feel serious guilt then because those parent-teacher things, I'm like, fuck no. I go to parents' evening, but that's it.
So, I challenged my kids to a game of Mario Kart last night, and my daughter asked if we could play Walking Mario instead. I asked, what the hell's Walking Mario? And she said, the one where it's a pedestrian instead of a driver. She's referring to Super Mario Brothers.
Pedestrian Mario. That's incredible. I've never thought of it like that before. That is absolutely incredible.
So good.
I like that.
I just spotted a cat on someone's porch for me having to be let in. So without thinking, I walked to the door, rang the bell, nodded to the cat, and left. It was only when I was round the corner that I realised what I'd done as I heard the owner shouting, "Fuck me, Sarah! The cat just rang the doorbell!"
No, leave them with that. That's incredible. It's like, we have a magic cat. What the fuck?
It's not with the opposable thumbs. What the hell? I just jumped like, bing. When I was about 8, I asked my dad if we could play the Naked Man game. My dad, try not to panic, asked me what it was. I responded, it's one where we play when the babysitter's over. He then asked me to show him where the Naked Man game was. So I took him to the closet, opened the door, and pointed to operation. He told me this years later that he nearly had a heart attack.
Naked Man game with the babysitter. Ooh.
What?
The fucking panic that must go through your soul as you're having this conversation. I like that. So we've got the Naked Man game and Pedestrian Mario. Loving this.
We British do this really weird thing where we walk past each other and say, "You're right," at the same time without actually answering the question.
Think about this the other week. I saw someone come and I was like, "You're all right, mate." He's like, "Yeah, you're all right, mate." But neither of us answered the question. We just asked each other a question and carried on with our day.
It was actually spelt that you are. It wasn't just because you're from Birmingham, by the way. Just throw that out there.
I did actually think you were making a Brummie dig, but
no, I actually wasn't. But there, you can take it that way if you want. I don't mind.
Makes a change.
Does anyone know Does anybody know where and when the Asda staff Christmas party is? Mike Ghost has been using the self checkout all year.
I might do that. We use Scan and Go, and I know someone that works for Asda, so I know where to go.
Oh, there you go. My post-vasectomy guidance, Jamie, said to ejaculate at least twice a week for 12 weeks. My wife had agreed to sort out all necessary ejaculations. So I reprinted the leaflet and said it's twice a day. Best 12 weeks of my life.
I remember reading that and it's like, you have to do this to make sure you're all clean and empty. My brain just went, that's a fucking challenge. Let's go.
Bring it on. Doctor, I've made an appointment to remove the tapeworm. Me, wait, I never asked for that. Doctor, well, he did. Tapeworm, look, I can't eat any more cheese. Oh.
That's not where it's going.
Jamie's dead, everybody. He's gone. That's it. Game over. I was going to end on that, but I should have done now. This rate. I'm getting on this one. I've got one more for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm absolutely crying. Nobody. LinkedIn influencers. Yesterday, I was walking to an interview. There was a starving dog on the road. I stopped to feed him and missed the interview. The next day, I got a call asking to come in to do the interview. I was quite surprised, but I went. Then the interview came in. He was the dog.
I saw you at the window feeding the dog. We need this sort of person in our career. Not it was the dog. I fucking hate those sort of stories.
Oh, so do I. There's loads of them there as well. Because that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
The fucking gold today. Can't get over that. I can't eat any more cheese.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com. Mr. Stevens, Mr. Stevens.
What's that?
Who can take the sunrise?
What's that?
The Candyman can.
What the hell's that?
The Candyman. It's from Willy Wonka.
Oh, no idea.
No. Okay.
I love that you still kept singing it like I would know.
I thought everyone knew that song.
Sorry. Jamie's participation challenge. Jamie, you can answer Jamie's participation challenge.
What's that from?
Rhythm of the Dancer.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell.
Did not put that together. It's audience participation time. So come and answer my questions. The question man. The question man. That was truly terrible, but there we are.
Answer Jamie's challenge now, bitch. Participation challenge, Jamie's. Look at all you motherfuckers, Jamie's. Participation challenge. Bitch.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's participation challenge. I almost feel like I have to wait for that last bit.
I feel like I can't have got it off me, not the other way around. Have you seen his new t-shirt, by the way?
No.
It's just his face really happy. It just says bitch underneath. But the eye is him doing his thing.
That's
it's
amazing.
So good.
I just love the idea. He's like, I've done everything I can in New Japan of making myself the best wrestler possible. I'm going to go to AEW and just have some fun.
Yeah, he's never make him face AEW ever. Keep him healed the whole time, please, because he's the best heel ever.
Anyway,
sorry.
This week, I said, it's happened to us all. We love a snack, and then suddenly, boom, it's gone. So with that in mind, this week I am asking, what is a discontinued snack that you miss and wish they would bring back?
Have dimes been discontinued?
You can still get dimes.
You can still get... I don't see them anywhere.
I think it's spelled D-A-I-M now.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know if it's Danish. I'm not sure. But Kelly took one of mine, which was Astros.
Yes.
I bloody loved those things. The biscuity outside, the all different colours, and the chocolate in the middle. Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, bloody so loved Astros. The other thing would be Dream Bar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The white chocolate, that was also unbelievable. It seems like they get stuff and go, do you know what? Get rid of it.
I don't get why. Dream was incredible. That's on mine as well. Like, Dream was just, mwah.
But the other main one I had, Mally had, so I'm not going to say it. I'll let Mally have that one, because that one was...
Is that the one I've never heard of?
Je ne sais quoi.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that one.
What's yours?
I've got 3 main ones. Dream is definitely one of them. I loved Dream. Snowflake. Don't know if you remember them.
No.
It was basically a white chocolate flake, and I think it had normal chocolate around it.
Okay.
More like a twirl, I guess, but yeah. They were incredible. And, of course, the dark chocolate bounty. That was my life. It was the greatest chocolate bar in the history of the world, and they got rid of it. Sorry, me and Claire was moaning about that every time we meet up. Gorgeous stuff.
Probably time to move on, no?
No, never. Not until they bring it back. Anyway, let's get some audience answers. Ben from Absolute Bedlam says Mars Planets. They were incredible too. And 3D Doritos. I thought I was the only one that remembered these.
Oh. Okay.
They were really, really good. I was gutted when they went.
Well, there's Doritos, aren't they?
No, they taste different. I don't know how to explain it, but they were 3D as well, so it was like air in the middle. They were puffed out, so they were delicious. They were really, really nice. Gemma Williams definitely has to be Dream for me, and fish and chips crisps. I thought you could still get those.
I thought you could still get those as well. Doesn't she live on the coast?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, have fish and chips. Although you can still get those in some specialist places, but not enough places. There we go. Okay, so they're just not in every shop nowadays, which is fair. Graham Arnold, Mars Delight. They were good.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I think I really liked those.
Yeah, they were good.
I think. I can't remember.
I remember liking them. Panda Pops. I don't know.
Yeah.
Still get, yep. Vice Versa's. Oh.
Panda Pops. Panda Pops was what killed you at Corporation for your stag do.
Yes, it was. Well, not just Panda Pops. There was vodka in it as well. Would like to point that out.
Yeah.
Vice Versa's, they were incredible. I forgot all about them. Oh, do you remember Vice Versa's? They're like minstrels, but you had white chocolate shell and chocolate inside, or you had white chocolate inside and a normal chocolate shell. They're like both mix of the two in the bag. Oh, they were great. Karamak Kit Kat.
Oh, I love Karamak.
And fruit polos. I forgot about fruit polos.
Oh, God, no.
Not a fan of them.
No, I'm not a sweetie kind of guy. I'm more chocolate than...
True.
Yeah.
Paul Bamford, Cadbury's Fuse in a heartbeat, he says.
Cadbury's Fuse?
Is that the fruit and nut one?
I don't know. I don't eat fruit and nut in chocolate.
No, normally.
No, I do fruit. I don't.
Kelly Cleaton, this is the one for me. I have a list, although they are probably mostly sweets rather than popular snacks. Fair. Puffs, the best crisps ever. Agreed. Me and Claire were talking about these the other day. They were incredible. Cheeseburger super noodles. I do not remember those. The real frosty sweets. They were great. The little red ones. If it's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, they were great. Campinos, the posh sweets. Iron Brew bars. I don't remember them.
I remember those. Yeah, they were like the refresher bars. Yeah, the yellow refresher. They were like them. Yeah,
I do remember them now, actually. Mini Pringles.
Yeah.
Mini Pringles, like
the little tubs, and you got the little plastic Pringle shaped tub that you put them in and take them to school with you for lunch.
I thought they were just normal sized Pringles, but fair enough. Mini Polos, I remember those. The ones where you just got the hole. It was what the inside of the hole was. Very weird. Astros, oh
yeah,
glorious things. Frou Frou yogurts that had the toy in the middle. I remember those. Fiendish Friend yogurts. I remember those. The little monsters. Tutti Fruities. Trio chocolate bars. I don't remember Trios.
Rings a bell.
Cartoonies. I don't know what they are. Pizza flavored or spaghetti cheese strings.
Yes.
Vaguely remember those. And to top it all off of a drink, a real Sunny Delight. Obviously. Yes. 100% agree. Because whatever that is they put out today is not real Sunny Delight. It's disgusting. So, fair play, Kelly. Like that one. Alan Carr, Worcester sauce Twiglets. Just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, grim.
Claire Jones, birthday girl. Happy birthday, Claire. Potato Puffs, a secret bar, Mars Delights, original recipe Vice Versas and Astros, Choco Taco. I don't remember that. Solero Shots. I remember those. Midnight Mars Bars. Yes, dark chocolate Mars Bars. They were incredible. Obviously, dark chocolate Bounty, of course.
No.
Cadbury's Marble, Tutti Fruities, and Snowflake. Oh,
I remember Marble. I remember Marble as well.
I vaguely remember Marble. Jade Knight says Clusters. Do you remember those?
Yes, loved that cereal. Oh, yeah, hands down, with a little squirrel.
Sarah Greenwood says Snaps. I forgot all about those. Like chocolate Pringles, basically.
Yes.
Remember them, yeah?
Yeah.
Leanne Victoria. I forgot all about this chocolate bar and I fucking loved it. Cadbury Spira bar. They were, it's basically just like a twist of chocolate with air holes. I don't know how to explain it, but they were great.
Well, like Curly Whirly, you mean?
Kinda, yeah. Ollie Miles, Mars Planets, not even a competition. It is a competition.
They came up quite a few times, I think.
Yeah, Mars Planets have come up a lot. Simon Wilson, Cadbury's need to bring back Dream Chocolate. It was the best white chocolate ever. It probably has more sugar in it than need in a year, but it was still damn good. I completely agree, Simon.
And also make sure you go and check out When Simon Met podcast. That's also great as well. Good friend of ours.
Absolutely. Jamie Walker, Mars Planets again. Jonathan Mitchell's bringing up some crisps. Brannigan's crisp, lamb and mint, or roast beef and mustard. They were the posh crisps you used to get in some pubs, weren't they? I remember those. I just want some cheese and onion, Dad. Lou Wilson, Cadbury's Dream, Campino Sweets, and crispy rolls. But the corner shop by me is now doing crispy rolls again. I was going to say, I swear you can still get them some places.
But Milky Way?
Yes. Milky Way crispy rolls. I'll give you a few more. We've got Happy Viking Happy Viking Nerd that says Fox's Echo Bar. I remember them.
The mint one.
They were good.
I would always eat the chocolate off the top first, the airy bit, then eat the biscuit after.
Scavenger, dark chocolate bounties. Thank you. No. So glad I'm not the only one.
In the bin.
Bellamac with a topic. I'll give you one more. And it's the one you mentioned at the start. Mali Malpass, Whisperchino, the coffee caramel whisper. I couldn't eat it now because they aren't vegan, but I crave the taste and nothing else has ever hit the spot.
Anything coffee flavoured, it's just a win. It's just a huge win.
I do not remember these at all.
I don't think they were out for very long, but they were unreal.
He says a short run in 97. So yeah, it must have been very short. I don't remember.
I used to go to my spa. Or my Naffy in Germany. I used to get them all the time.
That's amazing.
Good times. Such good times.
That was great, but also made me really depressed of all these beautiful snacks that we can't eat anymore.
Cadbury, come here. Right. Just quickly, just want to ask you one real quick thing. Can you bring Whisperchinos back, please? Can you just make them just do like a little run or something? So trust me, you'll make a killing. Thank you, Sound of Chronicles podcast.
And Whisper Mint while you're there, because they were damn good too.
So didn't they come back for a bit as well?
I don't remember seeing them. I know they still do Whisper Gold, but I don't remember seeing Whisper.
Do you remember Prawn Cocktail Whatsits? Oh,
you still get them. They were delish.
You can still get them.
Yeah, they brought them back.
Yeah, but they just don't taste the same anymore. I feel like they've changed. Oh, because the kids are eating too many numbers. We're gonna change it.
It annoys me when they do that. It's like Reason. I used to fucking love Reason.
Chocolate chews. They're chocolate chews.
Yeah, but they went away, come back, and they're not the same. They still taste good, but they're not the same.
Okay. Unless it's just our brain playing tricks on us.
Yeah, probably.
But if you enjoy Jamie's participation challenge, thank you to everybody that joined in, and obviously happy birthday, Claire, like we said. If you enjoy Jamie's participation challenge, Tom's Journal, Callum's Treachings, the interview, and that, then you'll enjoy the other 194 editions of the Chronicles of Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from. Spotify, Google, Apple, Heart FM, Radio 5 Live, TalkSport, Channel 4, we're everywhere. All right, absolutely everywhere. All you do is type in the Chronicles podcast and you'll find us. The main areas we want to come is all of social media at TCO Pod, would that be Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, LinkedIn, all that good stuff at TCO Pod. And come and subscribe on the YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit that bell to get notified when videos are released and comment to your heart's content. That's all social media at TCO Pod. And subscribe on the YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. Sorry, Jamie, I interrupted your flow.
All I was going to say was a massive thank you to a few of our friends. All the music you heard on today's edition was brought to you by the wonderful singer-songwriter Matt Roberts. Go check him out on all social medias at Matt Roberts Music. And just go check out his beautiful music, because it is beautiful. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, wherever you get your music from. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to friend of the show, Braden Barry. Go check out all his incredible adventures, whether it's his Amber Forest podcast, whether it's his merch store, Anxious Ghost, whether it's his beautiful music under Say We Can Fly, or his upcoming incredible movie, Farlight. Go check that out now on Instagram and Farlight Movie. Just go check out and support everything he does, because he's a wonderful human and a bloody talented one as well. And of course, last but not least, we have to say a massive thank you to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere, and I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue. It's a global issue where people are being treated differently simply because they are being themselves, whether it be the music they listen to, the way they present themselves in the world. No matter what it is, people are being treated differently for being themselves. It's 2025. It's time all this come to an end, and we all live in peace and harmony. So help us, help them. Head on over to sophielancasterfoundation.com, familiarise yourself with that story, and click on ACT. It is Alternative Communities Together, part of the National Lottery Fund, where we are helping people of the community know how to deal with these acts of hate crime should they happen to them. So please help us, help them. And last but not least, a massive thank you to this handsome bastard sat right there.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Right back at you, my friend. Right back at you. Another wonderful edition in the bag.
Another wonderful edition indeed.
Lovely. Thank you all for joining us, Joe. Thank you so much for being a guest this week. It was great to talk to you and get to meet you, and we wish you all the best with the birth and everything going forward. And hopefully we can catch up with yourself and Kevin soon. But as for this week, we'll see you all next week for the Chronicles of Arena.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-ta! Bye!